Хөрхөн охид trap sonson Trap sonson trap донсон Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан Дагаж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа
Hey everybody, welcome to our brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. It's going to be a great show. We have Ian McCall is with us. You guys might know him as Uncle Creepy, amazing fighter, now comedian. We also have Greg Romero-Wilson in the house, my man Tyler Smith, and me, Adam Hunter. I want to thank SpeedWeed. Listen, marijuana is legal in California. Get it delivered right to you, okay? SpeedWeed.com. They have everything from edibles to marijuana chocolate to marijuana breath strips to CBD sex lube, which is me and my wife. It saved my marriage.
I want some of that.
It was almost over.
Do they have THC sex lube?
They sure do.
I want my dick to get high.
It is unbelievable. I use it.
I love my dick so
Get
much.
the tinglies.
We don't even have sex anymore without this THC sex lube.
I've tried. I've had it a long time ago, and I haven't even know where it even came from.
Well, Gino's got you covered.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So make sure you check out SpeedWeed. Follow them at SpeedWeed. They'll take care of you. And that's that. I've had a crazy weekend. I did a show last week, right? At this it was in Inglewood, or it was in the hood, right?
Good start.
One of those shows. There was no
Inglewood or something.
There was no stage. This guy was nice guy, but he kept hitting me up. Do my show. I'm like, all right, I'll do your show.
Oh God, I know the feeling.
And then if you catch me in the right mood, I'll say yes to almost anything. Maybe not anal sex.
You're like me.
I'm the same way. It's hard to turn it off. They're always like, "Hey, we'll give you $200 to do this." I'm like, "Fine, I'll be there."
Especially after a show. He called me after I had a show at the Improv. I was hanging out, so I was like,
"You're high. You're up there."
Yeah. So I was like, "Sure, I'll do your show, man." So I get there, and the host's sister is selling her book on the stage while you're on stage. It was like,
this sounds great.
One of those shows. And then there was maybe 9 people in the crowd, 5 of which had no idea there was a comedy show taking place or didn't know before they left the room.
Yep.
So I'm on there and I'm doing all right. And then I'm making fun of the crowd. And there was a black woman with shorter hair. I'm like, with another woman. I'm like, "Oh, are you a lesbian or something?" She's like, "Fuck no." I'm like, "All right, I guess you hate gay people or something to." So then I go on, I finish my set. I was happy with the set. I get off stage. This woman, she's the next comic. But I had no idea. So she goes, "Man, that white motherfucker asked if I was a lesbian. Man, fuck that." And just starts screaming at me. Like, "Well, come here, bitch." And I wanted to fight me. And I was like, I go to Aldo. I'm like, "Dude, this is not how I planned this night ending, right?"
You should have been like, "That's something a lesbian would say."
Pretty much. The crowd started chanting, "You're a lesbian," after
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
She's a dyke.
But she was screaming at me, right? But I was annoyed because it was a 15-minute rant. I was uncomfortable. And then she does an hour, and I was afraid to leave. And then as I was walking out, she was like, "Goodbye." And I was so annoyed that I gave her the middle finger. I was like, and then I'm like, "Oh, I shouldn't have." Then I'm like, she got to me.
How petty of you, sir.
Yeah, it was petty. I let my anger get to me.
Given her both.
So then I texted her the next day, or hit her up on Facebook. "Sorry for giving you the middle finger. That wasn't mature of me." And then she said "Jesus loves you" or something that was religious. But that was my show on.
You know what? And of course, there was a religious person. This is what I told you about. Sometimes being totally sober is more dangerous than being totally drunk. It seems the capacity for anger is right there when you're sober all the time.
Oh yeah,
it's true.
It's you're just all the time, just fuck all you people enjoying your lives.
Especially the people that are religious and super sober and just
the anger is right there at the surface.
The ones that think, masturbating brings tornadoes or whatever. Hurricanes.
Well, they're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
That's true. That's true. And gays create hurricanes. Everybody knows that.
So that was, So that was,
masturbating is the earthquakes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know.
So that was Thursday night. And then Friday and Saturday, actually, because I was on a low. I was really annoyed about that. But then Thursday night, let's think about comedy. The next night it went awesome. I'm high again, and then Friday, I don't forget where I was. I did the Ha Ha Friday, hosted that show.
Nice.
Which was awesome. But of course, it was one of those shows where all night's going great, blah, blah, blah. There was one woman by herself, an older Indian woman. And I was like, "Hey, I guess your Tinder date's not coming." And then she got upset at me.
Well, maybe that's what happened, you jerk off.
That's pretty much what happened, right?
Oh my God.
So then at the end, I was like, hey, I'm just kidding. She walks out and then mad. And then everyone's like, I thought that was hilarious. And so then that
Well, it is. I mean, but yes.
But of course, it was one of those things where 99 people like it. One gets upset.
Yeah.
And, but that one
Fuck
that
that
gets
lady.
upset
Who
is the
cares?
one that like bothers me.
It's always that, though. It's always going to be that. There's always going to be one out of the
you
100,
can't-
and
you
that's
can't
the
feel
one
bad
that you're
about it.
like, exactly.
You came to a comedy club. I'm sorry.
Right. That's part of me.
Sorry
but
for
maybe-
making jokes.
Yeah,
Maybe
fuck
these
me,
people-
right?
So then Saturday, the Laugh Factory again, once again got high on stage. I mean, just through laughter. And then so then here I
It
am.
was a miracle of laughter.
And then
we
of
smoke
course,
weed
and
on stage?
I went hiking with the baby. We did Runyon, me, the baby, and my wife. And then she didn't want to be in the. She's walking now. She hates being in the carriage and in the stroller. So she's like, "Let me out." Like she wasn't saying that, but you could tell.
Right.
So then
She's fighting to get out.
I take her out and I start doing Runyon, holding her hands. My wife's like, "She's too young to do Runyon. Put her back in. I'm her mom." And I'm just like, "Oh." So
She's too young to do Runyon.
She can't handle it yet.
she is
Exactly. It's like, I don't want all these guys checking her out.
Yeah.
Well, if she gets tired, we'll put her back in the stroller.
That was my thing.
Like,
but then I was like, I had to put her in the stroller. Then I was like, listen, baby, daddy wanted you to walk, but mommy won't let you. And then that's not exactly the most healthiest way to deal with that. So,
Not in the moment, especially with a long walk back down.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Here, I'm going to
Just
piss
starting a
off
hike.
mommy for the rest of the day.
yeah. So then that was, and then I don't know, life was good. I found this new thing called Bounce, where like it's like a jamboree. And I took my kid there, and she was going through all the obstacle courses, but then she was crying when she had to leave, so they let her stay for another class.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, because the nanny yesterday called and said I'm sick, so then I had the baby all day.
Yeah.
Which is like, people say like, oh, they grow up so fast. Like, not when you're watching them all day.
No.
Then it seems like these days are long.
She's the exact same size she was this morning, so
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about.
What you have to do is you have to tire them out till they are just done, and they sleep forever, and then tire them out again. Just run them into the ground every chance. I did with my daughter, and it seemed to work.
Really?
Yeah.
No, somebody said that you want to tire them out, but then someone else said that you're just building their endurance
Yeah. Well, keep up, motherfucker.
by doing that. By the way, so Creepy is here. You are
Yes.
now, obviously, you were one of my favorite fighters.
Oh, thank you.
You've had some crazy fights. I mean, I was looking through
crazy
your
life.
thing. They threw you into against like Dustin Ortiz and these
Yeah.
guys like early. You had tough fights. They gave you no
course.
easy ones.
No, I didn't. Fuck, why would I have an easy fight? I'm better than everyone else, so I gotta fight tough people.
But it seems like a lot of times that they do that they pad people's records. But you,
Yeah, but no, I don't. I started fighting 17 years ago professionally. I know what I'm doing, and I did a lot of it, and I was like, no, I'll fight anyone. You know, like there was, when I was 18 or 19, they wanted me to fight Kid Yamamoto. Like every year, it'd get brought up once or twice, and I was like, please.
really.
You know, like I would love to do that.
Damn.
But, probably wouldn't have been the best idea when I was that age, but whatever.
Whatever, you would
down.
have been able to say you fought Kid Yamamoto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit happens. I mean,
But then, so then some of the guys. I mean, now obviously, like a lot of people remember Demetrius Johnson as the thing
Of
that
course.
the fight that you got fucked with because he was the pound for pound best in the world.
would change my life forever.
you beat him.
No.
They announce you as the winner, and then
no,
they go,
no, they announced him as
the winner.
Even though I was punking him at the end, and we had one more round, so I knew it was a draw. He was done. I just figured I'd embarrass him and have fun. And Dana White, the day before, you don't be a flash in the pan. You know, we brought this in for you. Like you do this. You everyone's talking shit on this show. You guys, we got to make this right, make it good. So of course I show off because I'm an idiot.
no, you were doing push-ups.
No, that was after I was screaming at him, beating him up from behind. Then I did some push-ups. But
Yeah.
I had another round in me. I was fine.
So they announced him as a winner. Then they announced it was a draw.
Because my coaches freaked out and they wouldn't show them the scorecards, and then finally they got the scorecards and read it and were like, "Fuck you guys, this was supposed to be a draw." And then they came back and they told me everything.
Wow, that's shady as shit
crazy.
right there,
Yeah.
boy.
So then he went home and has sat down with his coach Matt Hume, and apparently he credits me for this. At that point, he changed his whole life, training wise, and how everything. So he got after it even more. Where my life, you know, my ex-wife tried to stab my sister-in-law the night before at dinner in Australia. So my life wasn't headed in the best direction.
Wait, hold up. You can't just like say something like that and then not explain. So your ex-wife tried to stab your sister-in-law?
Yeah, she pulled a knife on her at dinner in Australia. For I don't remember why, just because that's shit she did. And then I had to like run away from her, and I had to sleep in my coach's room the night before that fight. But After that, my life just, I don't take
No big deal.
I don't take bad shit that happens to me very well, like especially at least in the past. Now I just brush it off because I don't have any feelings. But back then I was emotional. I'm dead inside from everything that's happened. But back then I freaked out. I thought I was famous. I had made a bunch of money. I was partying a bunch, and I started partying again like an idiot because I was wasn't doing that for a while. That's when I became world champ because I got out of rehab and I was like, oh, I'm sober. I'm gonna win a world title. Fuck you guys, and I did it. And then it was a mixture of just life. My marriage falling apart, me partying too much. Not even nearly training enough. I went into the second fight and I cut 18.8 pounds in the last 20 hours.
Oh my God.
And then when I rehydrated, I used 3 bags because I don't know why. That was horrible for me. 3 whole bags. So by midnight, so after weigh-ins, let's say at 3 o'clock or whatever it was, I made weight. I couldn't see. I couldn't hear. I couldn't even see my phone, so I handed it to my agent, Jason House, and just grabbed his arm. And I'm like, don't let me fall. I can't. I'm going to die. So I got on the scale. I did that. And then when I rehydrated, I did this little CVAC hyperbaric chamber thing in Miami. And I'm a creature of the night anyways. So I was up kind of it was like midnight. And I got on a scale after the CVAC, and I was 152.2.
Wow.
I was so jacked, but so bloated.
You gained 27 pounds overnight.
Yeah, not even overnight. This was in like
by 1 a.m.
By 1 a.m., 12.
Wow.
And that was not that. It wasn't that long. So I was just a mess, dude. My joints hurt. Like he came in more sharp. He learned his lesson, and I fucked up.
No, but I mean, your life, man. I was reading about you last night because I was like, I know Ian. We hang out, but I'm like, wait, but I gotta refresh and stuff. Like you started off, grew up in Dana Point, which is a pretty rich area.
Laguna Beach, Laguna Niguel. I was born in Newport, and then we went south because my dad didn't want to raise us on the peninsula because it's just a shit show. And we grew up. I grew up. Dana Point is where I claim I'm from, but I've never lived in Dana Point. I live in Laguna and in San Clemente.
But when you were in high school. At first, like I heard you were in a gang with Rob Ebersol?
Emerson. Robert Emerson, Shane Del Rosario, Josh Smith. What are the other fighters?
Bunch of good fighters / wrestlers.
It was crazy because it's a saltwater culture. Saltwater people like to fight, and we were all real tough from the beach. We got in fights almost every day at the beach. I was fighting grown men at Salt Creek Beach when I was like 15, and like they would be like, "What? Like fight this one?" Like, yeah, and I'm bouncing around, fucking throwing punches. Like, okay, and I just fucked up some old man, like some guy was like 25, 30, thinks he's tough, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's.
Why were you so angry? Like, why?
I wasn't. I just wanted to test my skills. I was a martial artist my whole life, and then I had bad influences around me, and we would surf and throw water balloons and screw around, and then out of say like 30 people I grew up with, out of our main core group, 25 of us trained, and 15 of us had fights. So it was like really unfair. We would go to parties and just run through groups of people.
Go to frat parties.
While
you were in high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
And just fuck people.
Oh, we would go to Santa Barbara. We'd go to San Diego and beat up frat guys.
But according to Wikipedia, you guys would just punch random people.
I'm sure that happened a few times, but
then they said that one time you knocked out a woman, but you thought it was a man.
Yeah, I was getting jumped, and there was just a body. I grabbed it. I fucking grabbed it belly to belly, and went to throw it. And because that's if it's a group of people hitting me, I'm gonna grab somebody and try and toss them. And my buddy saw what was going on. Well, because I beat this guy up. We'll rewind. We got out of a nightclub at the Irvine Spectrum, best place in the world to get in a fight, of course, because there's a fucking holding station at the Spectrum. God.
So, yeah, you can't fuck around in Orange County, dude.
And it was a honky tonk bar that they had there. So we're leaving, and Shane Del Rosario, rest in peace, my best friend. He grabbed some girl's boob, and the guy boyfriend was pissed apparently. So I walk over there. I'm like, listen. I always started off nice because I was like, we don't need to do this right now. This is a bad idea. I'm looking around like, fuck, cops everywhere. I'm sorry, someone grabbed your girlfriend's boob. There's like, 5 guys and 5 girls. I'm like, but do you see that group of dudes behind me that are all just licking their chops? They're just waiting for you to pop off so they can beat the shit out of you. So I'm like, just not do it. And the guy's like, well, fuck you. What are you going to do? And I was like, okay, well, and we're going to fight. Like, either, how does it look? This is always my line. When you think of it this way. Buy you a beer, we can call it quits, we're good. But how does it look when you get your ass kicked by someone my size in front of your girlfriend and all your friends? Right. And they either take that two ways. They say, good point. Don't do that. Or they like, fuck you, bro. And he did that. So then we fought and I put him unconscious. And his girlfriend, well, all his friends jumped me at first. And that started off like a riot. 50 people, men, women fighting. And so, people were hitting me and it was a body. I grabbed it and went to throw. And my buddy caught me and set me on the ground. And right as we hit the ground, I got up and started punching. And it was a girl.
Oh.
And I mean, she was punching me. She actually apologized to me like 5 years later. My buddy met her at a party and she like brought it up. And she called me from his phone and I was like, she's like, I'm really sorry for what happened. I was like, sweetheart.
She stay with that
I
dude?
punched you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Was she married to that guy now?
Well, and the thing is I felt so bad because I paid for her medical bills. I broke her cheekbone, her nose, her orbital bone, knocked out 2 teeth. And I was like, listen, I don't hit women. Like, especially after that, seeing what I could do to a woman, I would never hit a girl. That's so fucking crazy. And I was just trying to fight her boyfriend, or his friends, but they were jumping me. And she called to apologize. And I was like, thank you. That actually means something to me, but I'm also really sorry for what I did because, fuck, I paid for everything. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, are you all right?
Yeah.
And I get, my buddy's like, oh, you can't, there's no scars or anything. It's like all good plastic surgery, but women, please.
How do you have the money to pay for everything?
Well, I shouldn't say I paid for it. My family didn't, but.
Right. Got it.
But
same.
Got it.
Like
for a
that,
while.
Yeah, you just got to think about that. Like, fuck. I mean, you women, please don't try and jump in with men because like you'll get really hurt.
Yeah, of course.
Really fucking hurt, and like it pains me to this day to think that like I did that to somebody.
Well, you were young. What, you were 17 years old, 16?
No, I was 19.
All right, so you're 19. Then you figure it out. You start fighting.
Yeah.
You win the Tachi Palace. They put you in with the, Juicy Efremigia and Dustin.
They were trying to make a name off me because I fought in WEC.
Right.
And I was supposed to be, I was a good talent. And I had just, I guess this is public information now. I got out of rehab and I was clean. And then I fought Jeff Willingham. Mm-hmm. And, I knew I could beat Jeff, so I took the fight. I needed money. And, I felt great. And then I went to go get the tattoo that I just covered up on my chest. This is the first time I'm saying this. I covered up the tattoo on my chest because it was the tattoo I got when I relapsed and I overdosed. I died. I was in the hospital for like a week. I never covered it up, this ugly thing on my chest that I had forever. But I finally covered because I haven't done those sort of drugs in fucking a long time. Yeah. But I finally covered it up. Like it's still scabby.
Oh yeah.
But it's not done yet. But and I had a good friend of mine do it. And Ryan Bloom, he's in Bakersfield right now tattooing. But he's Ryan Bloom is in Bakersfield, the tattoo guy. But anyways, so I died. I fucked up. I ended up in the hospital. I aspirated. Like people like, oh, I overdosed too. They gave you Narcan and sent you home. Like I actually was dead. And the doctor even said right as I left, he's like, I've never seen someone who I brought back to life a week ago. You're now in better shape than I've ever been in my life. And I was in fight shape at the time. Because I had been sober. All I did was work out. And I just had this weird change in my brain. Like, I'm getting tattooed. This is going to hurt. So I did that. And I woke up with my fucking dad looking at me, just like shaking his head. My brother. And then some girl I was fucking was there. And I was like, what are you doing here?
You care?
But yeah, exactly. I was like, what the fuck?
She's like, I'm here for you. It's like,
yeah.
It was somebody kill me.
Exactly.
Put me back, Doc.
It was the girl that he threw. It was
yes.
It was the same girl.
But it was actually then okay. So then my agent called me and my coach called me like, where are you? I was like, in the hospital. Like what? And I told them. They're like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, you're good, though. I'm like, I'm good. Like, okay, well, you want to fight? So I signed a fight for Miga
From the hospital?
From the hospital bed.
Oh,
God damn.
And you beat him.
I beat the fuck out of him.
Such a savage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm a rare breed. I'm just a fucking degenerate. So.
You've had some great fights, man.
We need him.
I mean, you beat Brad Pickett. That was a great fight. The Brad Pickett fight.
And I beat him with one hand. My hand was all fucked up in that fight.
But towards the end of your career, just weird shit was happening to you.
I should have stopped fighting a long time. Brad Pickett probably should have been my last fight. And, I mean, dude, I had 6 fights fall out in the UFC. Of course, I get blamed for all of them, even though most of them weren't my fault. The last 2, sure, I got sick. But the fucking 4 before that were not my fault.
Well, they made it seem like you had anxiety attacks or something. Like,
dude,
what
I
happened?
had, I guess H. pylori is what they say when they can't figure out what's wrong with their stomach. but I couldn't hold food down. So I would get in crazy good shape. And then once the stress of cutting weight would hit me, my body would go to shock. And the thing is people didn't really know. I was in the hospital, in and out of the hospital for like a dozen times, probably. We're talking L.A., Orange County. No, never L.A. Orange County, a whole bunch. San Diego. Obviously, New York, Ireland. Yeah.
Obviously, New York.
Yeah.
You're not going to New York without getting hospitalized, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
just
all
part
these
of the
fucking
good
experience.
doctors.
Yeah.
New York with the good
when
doctors.
I was in Jamaica, Queens. They took care of me. They gave me a lot of morphine. Thank you for
Wow.
that. But and that's the thing. I would end
You
up
were
in
at the beach, or what were you doing down in Jamaica?
No,
Jamaica,
Jamaica,
Queens.
Queens.
I know Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, I don't know. I was at the fucking hospital. I don't know. I was.
Oh, you just went to the hospital there.
Yeah, I just got put. I was just taken in an ambulance wherever they wanted to take me.
So your stomach would have huge problems before
Oh,
fights.
so I would cut all the weight. I'd get to the weight. I'd make the weight, and then my body would not let me. I wouldn't. A day later, I wouldn't have
You'd
put
be
on
like
any.
yeah.
No, I not even
Nothing.
2 pounds.
Oh,
Like
Jesus,
so, or whatever weight I would put on would be because of an IV. There would maybe be like an ounce or two more. No food. I'd throw up violently. Threw up blood. I shit blood. Like, and this is
It's like Greg's Friday night.
yeah, exactly.
I was saying, who doesn't love shit and blood, though? I mean, that's
So-
when you know you've really hit it.
It was fucked up, you know, and I thought I was gonna die. To be honest, we didn't know. I thought maybe I had epilepsy. What the fuck was wrong?
And
with
then
me?
you went to Ryzen.
Went to
And
Ryzen.
one of your fights, you got caught like in the ring.
So my they don't put Vaseline on your face out there, and instead of having
They're like, just rip away.
yeah, instead of having ring ropes, it's all because Sakuraba, they thought someone was cheating against him, I guess. And instead of ring ropes, because they wanted the lights to be pretty because it's fucking Japan and everything has to look cool, they were LED piping. It was just fucking plastic LED piping that was plastic. It was just fucking plastic. Because obviously LED piping, the lighting is like fucking razor blades.
Yeah.
So my head hit it at Mach speed when I'm trying to take someone down, and it just cut my whole forehead open to the bone.
Oh.
Like 18 stitches. Like it
Yeah,
was
but it
big.
probably looked so cool.
The Japanese, they hate blood.
Oh my god!
They
the
hate
thing
blood.
shattering, and then your face with the
Yeah.
blood.
Really?
Like,
And it was-
that's a fucking John Woo movie shit right there.
I
man.
had to slap this dude at
Fucking-
weigh-ins.
Have you seen the footage of it?
Yeah.
Was it awesome?
Oh, it looked pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, it
man.
did
So
look
that
cool.
was
I
that
gotta
was
see that.
But that was the night out. Okay, so I had to slap the dude at weigh-in. So all this drama, like so this guy that I'm fighting, Manel Cape, he talks a lot of shit. And before he fought Ersin Yamamoto, Kid Yamamoto's nephew, because you know Kid's sister's won a couple Olympic gold medals
Yeah.
in wrestling. He goes, because she's kind of hot. He goes, hey Ersin, he goes, after I beat you, I'm gonna fuck your mom.
Ooh.
And I just was like, hey, if you better not say shit like that to me. I'll fucking slap you. I'll just put it right out there right now. And he ran his mouth a bit, but he never said anything too much. He started to say stuff, and my buddy is from Angola. So I went to my buddy because this Manel Cape is from Angola, and I said, hey, what's the worst shit that I can say to him without being a racist piece of shit? In Angolese, in Angolan. And he told me, I forgot how it went, and I said it, and his eye, because he figured I would say something in Portuguese. And I said it, and his eyes lit up at weigh-ins. And he's like, what the fuck? And I said it again. And it just meant, you're from the ghetto and you're acting like trash. You know how proud Africans are. They're
Yeah.
Right.
We're great fucking people, so proud. And especially proud to be a good person,
Right.
And it irked him. So then we're both sitting there in front of the scale, and he slapped me in the back of the head. So I turned around and fucking slapped him back. And, you don't put your hands on me. We're going to fight tomorrow.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I
plus,
never got that.
I wouldn't be able to go home and look at my mother in the face if I didn't hit you back. Like my mom would be like,
It's a
good
good excuse, but I don't think it really applies.
No, my
I
mom
couldn't
would
look
be-
at my mother in the face unless I hit you.
Yeah, she'd
So-
fucking slap me back. I would be like, you look like a bitch. Why'd you let him hit you?
Your mom would say that to you?
Yeah, all my friends would.
wow.
My
I guess
brother.
that explains the joining a gang at age 4.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
but so anyways, that happened. And then, of course, that guy thinks he won, and I'm sitting there getting choked, or he's trying to choke me because I'm in a choke, kind of.
At the weigh-ins?
No. This is during the fight. So
yeah.
my head gets cut open. I end up in like a shitty guillotine, and I don't know if he thought he was going to get me with it or something, but I'm talking to Jason Herzog. I'm like, no, I'm good. And then I turned my head, and right when I turned my head, all the blood went in my eyes. So then I turned back, and I was like, never mind. Fuck.
Yeah.
So that changed everything. But, that fight was off, and I figured, okay, I'll come back. They gave me Horiguchi because they wanted
Right.
me to fight Horiguchi in the tournament. And then I went out there, and I've never been TKO'd before. And actually, this is the first time I'm ever admitting this. I got dropped. I got the shit kicked out of me in the last sparring session that I've ever had in my life, actually, now that I think about it.
With who?
It was at a classic Muay Thai. And I haven't sparred in forever. But even before that, I didn't spar. I know how to fight.
Yeah.
And I went in just like, oh, we're going to kind of touch spar. Bang! And I was like, what the fuck? And they beat the fuck out of me. These two dudes.
Random guys, or was it pro fighters?
Pro fighters. I just got caught slipping. I didn't think we were going to spar that hard, and just got shellacked and was like playing catch up the whole fucking day with these two. And then, I went and I had a big cut under my eye on this side. So I had a cut here and a cut here. Well, yeah, I should have taken this as fucking signs. I shouldn't have fought. But,
yeah, but when you're in it, you don't know.
No,
it's like
no,
you
no.
look back and you go, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
Hindsight's 2020.
But you were saying your
Definitely should've
ex-wife
fought.
threw a bottle at you one time, full of milk,
She did a lot of crazy shit.
and that like knocked you out. So maybe was that kind of a sign that maybe your chin isn't when the bottle knocked you out?
That wasn't, she didn't hit me in the chin, she hit me in the back of the head.
Oh.
And I didn't go out, so.
Oh. Okay.
Just stumbled.
But yeah, so then I go to fight Horiguchi, and we went over this whole plan, the entrance of the fight, like how I walk out, switch stands to hit this combination, because he'll only do A, B, or C, especially if I come in this way. And he didn't do A, B, or C. He did like Z.
Yeah.
And fucking check hooked me, and bang, and then it was over. And then they stood me up. I was like, I'm fine. And my legs were crossed, and my eyes were crossed. And I was doing the Bambi leg, and I was like, oh fuck. And they put me in the back, and I looked at my coaches. I was like, hey, well, that's over. We're done.
We're done.
Yeah, that's never happened before. So fuck that shit.
So you said
Sucks, right?
Now, how hard was it for you to retire?
Oh my god, the worst shit ever. Okay, so I was lucky. I had a friend of mine who, JJ Thomas. He's a Olympic silver or bronze medalist in snowboarding. He's Shaun White's snowboarding coach and skateboarding coach for halfpipe. Amazing person.
Nice.
And I just happened to be friends with him from a group of friends I have down in Encinitas. And he hits me up one day. He's like, "How you doing? You retired, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "It sucks, doesn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, what? Like, how'd you know?" He's like, "Dude, I did it, obviously. Like, it's fucking horrible." And he walked me through it. You're going to go through A, B, and C and all these certain levels. And eventually he goes, "I know what kind of person you are. I've known you for long enough to know you're a good guy. You're going to come out in the end. You're going to teach and help fighters and do whatever it is that's going to make you happy, and you'll be a better person and much more fulfilled. And life's just going to be better." And now I'm on now I'm at the start of my new life. And I'm like, he was right.
Well, I was really concerned about you. When you called into Ariel Helwani's show one time, and you were like super depressed.
Yeah.
And you were just like I'd never seen you like that depressed, which I respected the fact how honest you were, but I'm like, maybe this wasn't the best idea for like your public persona, but
yeah.
it just came, I was like, fuck, this dude, was that after your fight, before your fight, or?
I have no idea.
You know, because I was like, ooh, like.
Bad luck. Yeah, it happens. You got fucking MMA, you guys. The MMA media likes to do that. They like to make us look like fucking idiots.
Well, but you did call on yourself, and
I have, but I mean, I shouldn't be trusted with anything.
Because I was like,
idiot.
I was like,
You
man.
couldn't look your mother in the face.
Yeah.
If you didn't call into the show.
And I was like, but it's funny because you were like, you were like,
It's a great excuse for anything. Listen, I can't go home and look my mother in the face if I don't order a double Whopper. She'll be like, "What kind of pussy
I
orders
remember
a
seeing you
single?"
on that show, and I was like, because I haven't seen you, I've only seen you like in like a positive light. Yeah. And I was like, whoa. Because I text you that day. I'm like, hey man, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, I'm okay. But I was like, whoa. But then it was funny because you're like, my life sucks. I'm depressed. I haven't left my house. But I got this new CBD that I highly recommend for everyone to. And I'm like, well, maybe this is not the best pitch right now. Like, you're like, no, the CBD's the greatest thing.
My life
CBD was keeping him from slitting his wrists.
Yeah, my life was a nightmare at that point. Let's just be honest.
But you were still pitching the CBD,
of course.
Which you started.
You got to make money.
But you have your own.
Right?
Now you recently told me you sold your CBD company.
No. We're looking at investors, and some people have tried to buy it, but it's I love bragging about this. I have the world's first and only FDA and third-party certified CBD lab.
No, where is this? Is this in your house, this lab?
Yes, it's in my house.
Really?
No, it's in Santa Ana. It's
Oh.
like a fucking professional building. Like, look, you see this where it's
People walking around
he
with
thinks
white
it's in
coats
a
and
garage that just
glasses.
has tarps up on the walls and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, FDA approved.
CBD lab spray
Oh,
painted on the
yeah.
outside.
All the chemists are hot
It's
chicks
a
that are
real
naked.
lab. I mean, it's where my podcast studio
Mayhem's
is.
the chemist.
Yeah.
Mayhem Miller's there.
Yeah, we have a beautiful, like, real. I mean, like I said, it's a serious lab. Like, it's
Yeah.
a real business.
How did you get? How did this happen?
Because and the whole direction of the company is because of me, and it's kind of cool. Like one of the owners was just talking about. He's like, "I love you so much." I'm like, "I love you too." And he's like, "No, you don't understand like what you've done for this brand." And I was like, he kind of opened my eyes to it and put it in perspective. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of cool."
Are you making good money with it?
Yeah, well, eventually if we sell, especially.
But you got a bunch of businesses, right?
got a
You're
bunch of
also
shit I
you're also
do.
training people.
Yeah, because I love.
But you come from
teaching.
money.
Yeah. I grew up in South Orange County, and that's, but I love teaching people in my area because they have a lot of money. Number one, that's great. And everyone's fit, and, good
Why do I feel like
looking,
this
nice
is some
to
weird
look at.
porno where they hire Uncle Creepy to come over?
They do all want me to fuck up most of the women,
Really?
but I try not to.
I mean, that's a general LA area personal
Yeah,
trainer
it's
thing,
like, it's like they say, you don't want to fuck the hand that feeds you.
Wait, what do you mean
No.
you try not to? You didn't say you didn't. Like, now some of these women call you over. They're like, I need
fuck
help
up
with my
sometimes.
like fucking squad.
Listen, You do some
I
coaching,
just had
you
a
make
chick
some money.
offer to fly me to Canada for sex. for
Really?
money, and I was like, I think it's illegal. No, it's not legal in Canada, is it?
Well,
Or
is
is it legal?
she paying you Canadian? Because you may lose money on this.
I can't. I told her, I was like, I can't get into Canada, sweetheart.
She offered to fly you and was going to pay you to have sex with her.
Yeah.
Who was this woman?
Just someone. It was just
She wasn't going to pay
kind
you
of-
to have sex
kind of
with
a
her.
friend.
You were going to have sex, and then she was
No,
going to
no.
just give
There was
you
an
money,
agreement.
right?
I was like, well,
Dude, you show me. Sometimes like we
Trying
do
to help
comedy
you out,
together.
man.
We'll do comedy, and I'll be in the back, and he'll be like, "Hey man, see this girl right here?" And it is like,
Oh,
10,
yeah.
beyond a 10. It's just a chick with
they
like
show up to the show.
a chick with like
sometimes.
a 6-pack, perfect, like beautiful face. He's like, she ate my ass last night. I'm like, what? Like,
Somebody has to do it. I'm a dirtbag. I'm filthy. I love weird shit.
but
Well, you did
hot
my
chicks-
Uncle Creepy.
Hot chicks want to lick my butthole.
You know what I mean? Listen, you put it right out there. It's
Well,
not like
you
you're
know,
hiding
you
it.
can't be
It's in
mad
the
at that.
name. If
Hot
you're-
chicks wanna
look
lick
at
my
your
ass.
mustache.
The best
I'm
name,
sure
by the
it's
way.
twisted
Like-
in pussy juice. I mean,
Yeah.
you
And
know
it's
what
fucking
you're getting
hilarious
into.
when a chick grabs you by the back of your knees and lifts her ass up.
I'm gonna say I don't know.
It's hilarious.
that should be part of your comedy routine.
I
If you're
know.
like you're like closer. It'd be the
my
hot
legs
chick
up over
eating
my
his
head,
ass.
jerking off.
The stack.
Wait,
stack
so
'em.
no, but
Yes.
it's like okay. So you meet this girl on Instagram. You
Which
take
one?
it or
Which
I
one?
don't know the chick that you showed me, the blonde.
Which
with the,
one? There's
all right, and then
a bunch of them.
you go back to your place. And how does she? She says to you, "Hey, I'm really into eating ass."
No. Oh no, that's different. That's just a.
Like, how does that come off?
That's just a natural
That's-
progression
yeah.
of things.
Oh,
yeah,
do
you let 'em
sometimes
know-
just-
do you
sometimes
let 'em
the
know
ass
at the
just
bar,
gets
like,
eaten,
listen,
right?
You're gonna eat
We're
my
going
ass
back,
like a
and you're
cupcake.
gonna eat my ass.
No. This is just chicks. Some chicks want to keep a lot. Some of the hottest ones want to keep me. They're like, it's a secret. I'm like, oh okay.
okay,
Cool.
like the secret.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, will you just come over and fuck me sometimes? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I'm really good at using my body. Whatever you want.
But like, Greg, have you ever had a girl wanting to eat your ass?
No. No, and listen,
I think it's a
and
certain-
here's
yeah,
the
there's a
thing,
certain clientele.
And here's the thing: knowing my ass, if you want to eat my ass, I don't want to know you.
Yeah, there you go.
You have problems. You got to go work on you.
I'm just saying, there's some weird shit happened to me, and like I'm like a toy, because I'm single and I'm fucking built in a
5'3".
brick shit house. I'm tiny. I'm fit. Like.
So
and-
women
and
hit you up and they're
apparently
like,
the rumor is that I can sling some dick. So
Good for you.
they abuse me. I'm like a fucking. It's
Did
like
you
a
start
toy.
that rumor?
Poor you.
Yeah, right. I might as well take it. If we're gonna play to your strengths, I'm a lot of.
Oh,
I'm sure
poor
people look at me
Ian.
like I'm
So
a
girls
douchebag.
like-
What a
but
reputation to
Someone
have.
else has to do
Poor
it.
Ian,
I
he
mean,
has
Yeah, I know.
hot women.
It's a hard knock night
it's rough.
for
right?
him. It's a hard knock night for him.
this would be like a new Annie,
Especially when they're like 6
Yeah,
feet tall.
only it's Uncle Creepy just
It's the
fucking
best.
getting
Okay, so
ass.
like what's your? Does it range? Like, is there a certain height, like
Nah,
minimum
fuck
or
pretty much
maximum?
anything. No, they're. I like tall. I've always liked tall girls. All my ex-girlfriends are all fucking tall.
All right.
I love tall foreign chicks.
But it seems like
Yeah,
also like
right.
threesomes happen to you. How many threesomes a week do you have?
On average. Try working
Oh,
average.
no,
3.
Group sex only happens like once a month.
Once a month.
Only once a month.
Like I've had a couple, but back in my day.
But it happens. It's one of those things. Like I said, I don't know why I fit into that mold of that person.
But I feel like you and like
again,
Keith,
I'm gonna do it right. If I'm gonna do a job, I'm gonna do it well.
But I feel like you and that other guy, Keith Carey, is that his name?
Keith Carey.
The guy who trains out of. He was dating that hot porn star for a while. He's always dating porn stars.
I haven't dated any of them for a while.
Keith Barry?
Keith Barry. I feel like
Keith
you
Barry.
and him, you guys find these girls that are like hot fitness chicks that are like late 20s, early 30s that are sort of giving up on men.
I like high-end models, okay? I like runway models. Those are my
runway models?
I like tall chicks. I used to work for a design firm, so they used to be like, oh, yeah, just dress the models. I was like, okay. Yeah.
We'll have Uncle Creepy dress the models.
Yeah, it's fine. I was like 21. I was like, this is fucking great.
Perfect.
Yes.
Some days are better than others.
Yeah. They're really hot, and they let me fuck them. It's amazing. They want me to do the craziest shit to them.
For instance?
Okay, like Dave.
So is it like grappling? Like, are you like...
Oh, they all want to be choked?
They do, right? That's what it is.
Crazy.
They want to be like bent in half.
I never had more girls be like, hey, real quick, will you stick this in my ass?
Really?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we're good. It's so much work.
Churn the butter. Churn the butter, baby.
It's so much work, but I'm in shape, and it's a fucking workout. It's like sport fucking.
Have you ever cut yourself on a rope while doing that?
No.
Oh,
I do need to buy a book on knots, though.
You should honestly.
Nautical knots. Yeah.
I mean, everyone with all this fucking 50 Shades of Grey, every chick wants to be tied up. They want all this crazy shit, and the millennials especially, they love the whole butt stuff. They're all into butt stuff, and it's great because now that in the genetic gene pool, I've noticed. Fat asses have come into Asian girls and white girls, especially skinny white girls, all have these crazy butts now because I work, in the fitness industry.
In the butt industry, yeah.
I've seen a lot of this online.
It is.
I can confirm this. I've done the research.
I can confirm the millennials are into it.
Not personally, I've seen it, but you confirming what I've seen.
Like and it's like they just hit you up because now I'm at the age where I was talking to my dad about. I'm like, what's going on, Dad? Why do so many chicks want to fuck me right now? It's weird.
What did your dad say?
He's like, you're in your prime. I was like, okay, well, how long can I make this last?
Is he grandpa creepy?
Yeah, he's grandpa creepy. But
the creepy family.
Yeah,
creepies.
I'm a rare breed. I don't know how
You really should write a book. I know you want to do stand up comedy now, and like I think you're gonna be. By the way, if you have not seen your comedy, I've seen lots of comedy. You are way better than 99.9% of people when they start out comedy because. Number one, you're an open book. So you talk about being a drug addict. You talk about almost dying or dying. You talk about fighting. You talk about your wins, losses. You're not trying to be cool. If anything, I think that like you actually are like, I don't want to come across a douchebag. So I'm like, dude, don't worry. Just be you. Don't try to not do something.
Well, that's what I'm trying to make funny because the first few times I would think about it, people would look at me and go, "How are you going to make that funny?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?
Don't worry about
it. It is funny.
But
it is funny. Make it funny.
Don't
I
ask
just have to
people
find
on
words.
stage.
Yeah.
Like,
ask the crowd. When they're there.
I get to do things that most people don't. I get to fight on TV and have all this fun and hang out with these people and do these certain events and sleep with certain kind of women. And I'm like, okay, well, that's just what I do. Why that? I know not everyone can experience this, but how can I make it kind of funny and not look like a complete dick? Because I feel like most people who are in my situation are probably dicks. Because I'm just a theater dork. Like I fucking did theater from middle school, high school, college. Like I just was really tough, and I ended up with douchey tattoos and became really good at fighting. And I don't know how it all happened.
Right.
But I'm a total nerd. I just want to get.
But I think Uncle Creepy's guide to picking up women. Because you probably slept with how many? Over 500 women? 1,000?
I never counted. I don't know.
You never counted? Sometimes when I can't fall asleep, I'll count.
That's a mathematical equation I don't want to do.
Oh my God! I try and forget things that happen. Like, that never happened.
We're gonna need to use the lab.
Oh, I didn't do that. Nope.
Those equations.
But you've honestly like gotten so many women that I think that you might want to like. The Uncle Creepy's Guide to Picking Up Girls. I'd read that. Would you read that?
Oh, I would read it.
For some reason,
I'd read anything Uncle Creepy writes though.
And it's not even like I said. Most of the women now are just like, you know what? Can we just fucking? You cannot tell anyone. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Wow.
I don't know how that
Greg has
how that
Not
makes
a bad deal.
Like, you know,
You've had that too.
I'm like, what about me?
Girl, like,
I want to tell people.
It makes me feel shitty about myself, but whatever. I'm
Hey,
shallow.
you know, it is.
All of mine come with, this never happened. All of them, or you can't tell anyone about this. And that's the problem. That's the problem with
his fiance says that.
my wife.
Your wife.
My wife.
Better,
My wife
yeah,
now.
your wife, yeah.
Congratulations, whenever that happened.
It was nice. It was earlier this year. It's nice. What were we talking about? Oh yes, all of them come with just shut the fuck up. And that was the problem. Is I was such a loudmouth. Girls always knew that I was gonna tell everybody. Yeah. So there would be this long explanation.
Did you sound like an NDA?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Everything but. They're like, all right, say this into my phone.
Didn't happen.
You know what it is? It's this whole women's liberation. Like, it started with Me Too. Women were out and proud and dangerous and trying to fuck everything up. And it went so far the opposite way. Now all these chicks are just, it's crazy. The women's liberation, they just want to be horny and fuck everything. And I'm right in the middle of it.
Good for now.
It's great.
No,
not a bad position to be.
Here's the thing. Exactly.
Them.
All women want to fuck at some point.
Yes.
And here's
now they're open.
Guys are walking around, not getting laid all the time, being frustrated, going, "Oh, come on!" And I realized this because one of my best friends in New York was this guy who he was like this really. He looked like Richard Gere. He was Cuban, was known for his giant cock, and a coke dealer.
Lucky.
So he had like all of the closers. Yeah. And I realized, okay, for all the guys not getting laid, trust me, there's one dude who's getting all your pussy. Okay? Because it's not that they don't want to fuck. They just all want to fuck the same 6 guys.
Yes.
Right.
And those guys are getting all the fucking puss, and the rest of us are out there tap dancing like, hey, you want to take a shot on this? And that's the way it is, and that's just reality.
Okay, so that makes sense. So that's why I have to have sex with so many of them.
You really do. You're fucking all the other guys' pussy.
Now, does your daughter
because he's
ever
got
meet
the combo?
Your daughter ever meet the girls?
No, she's already met too many, but she's.
I love it. No,
my daughter
time,
thinks I'm still dating my ex-girlfriend.
Really?
I haven't told her.
How old is she?
7.
That's okay for another.
But like Daddy's got a lot of really pretty friends. Let's put it that way. Daddy's got a lot of really pretty friends. Like,
all right.
And it's like I was at the Ohana Festival this weekend.
With Pearl Jam, is that right?
No, it was Eddie Vedder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Eddie Vedder, The Strokes, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tash Sultana is fucking incredible. I love her. By the way,
and you're friends with Anthony Kiedis, right? Aren't you guys friends?
Everyone thinks that. Anthony and I have had a few conversations. The UFC put on TV, I think, that we were good friends. And I was like, we're just because we're both. I'm not sober, but he is. We're both been through rehab and I don't know what the fuck it was, but yeah, they're great.
You guys kind of look alike, sort of too.
Kind of, yeah. But he's super cool. He's always been super nice to me. But being at the Ohana Fest, like the friends, the women that are friends of mine that I'm actually just friends with. Like I'm not. Well, maybe I haven't slept with them yet, but like my daughter's running around with some 6'2" Russian chick in heel. Like she's in heels. She's that tall. Just like so hot. And like I was like, what does my daughter think? Like all my friends are these just gorgeous foreign chicks. I'm like, I don't know. What language is
You're
that?
gonna meet one though. You're gonna finally meet a girl that's gonna be like, I can tame him.
My ex-girlfriend.
It's gonna be. He'll finally get tired of it. He'll finally be like, you'll have your lonely moment.
My ex-girlfriend will come back, and then I'll be with her again because
and you'll be like, you know what? I don't want to feel like all this pussy. It isn't what I need in here. And then that day you'll call that one girl you know's always been with you, and she'll be with somebody else. Then you'll have to be like in the wilderness for 3 years, but then you two will get together because you'll finally get a divorce, and you'll be happy.
So,
all right, Greg's got it.
5-year plan.
I have the one. I mean, I've been dating the same girl on and off for like 13 years, and she knows what kind of person I am. But
it'll never be her.
I fucked up again. No, it won't be.
You fucked around too much already. That one's too
knows. She knows.
It'll never be that.
No,
one.
but if she knows. If it's one of those
no,
Hollywood.
No, it's not for her. It's for him. Because he'll still always be able to break away because he knows he can get away.
She'll always be his maybe.
Listen,
wasn't that the producer of your podcast? You were
that is wow.
No.
Choke yourself.
When I did your podcast.
Choke yourself.
I did your podcast. There was like this really pretty girl that I thought was in charge. I thought you guys were dating, and she
blonde.
Yeah, blonde.
But yeah, she was not a producer. She was just my ex.
Oh.
But no. The one the most recent one. She's been around for like 13 years.
Okay, so she's sort of like the friend that like.
Yeah, she was always the other woman with everyone else. And
okay.
I just always loved her more than everybody else.
Have you had threesomes with her?
No, I don't. We don't.
Don't.
We don't.
Don't,
We don't,
'cause
we don't share each other.
Oh, good. All right, so let's talk about some fights. This is a fighting podcast.
That's the real one.
All right.
Fights,
fucking, and that's what we said before the show. You're only good at two things: fighting, fighting, fucking, and fatherhood. Those are your three.
Strange combination.
Your 3 Fs.
Not a bad combination to be, though.
Yeah.
Fighting, fucking, and fatherhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fun to say.
I mean, you just using my body. I'll just put it that way.
Yes.
Like,
So
whatever I want to play basketball, I'll get good at basketball.
So the Killer Gorilla,
Yes.
Jared, you watch the fight?
Yes, I did.
Damn.
The main card, anyway.
He beat Jack Hermanson.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to give him credit. You know, a lot of people were, it was all about Hermanson and all about Hermanson. But first of all, I like, no, I feel like you can't call him the Killer Gorilla without like getting docked. Like people are like, that's racist. But he calls himself.
Like it's his fucking name.
Yeah, it's his nickname. What are you going to do? He said it.
I mean, it's a rad name.
It is a rad name.
It rhymes.
The Killer Gorilla. All right.
He's
But here's
also
the thing
had
about
more
it, though.
personalities.
I have to say, though, it was one of those fights where, like, one guy is clearly more physically dominant than the other.
Yes.
And anytime that happens, the one that looks physically dominant loses.
Not always.
Like, not always, but a lot.
A
Like,
lot,
it's always
yeah.
the guy that you think has no chance at winning. And so, even though I, in my mind, would have said Cannoneer, I mean, I was like, this is one of those fights where it looks like that guy should lose, so he's going to win. But then he got beat
But
up.
they were all on Hermanson's dick. Everyone was like, Hermanson, it's only a matter of
Well,
time.
because he beat Jacare so
Yeah, that was a big
definitively that it's like,
He
oh,
beat the
Hermanson's the
fuck out of
fucking
Jacare.
guy.
Jacare
you know?
recently came out with saying, I'm battling a lot of mental problems. So you got to.
Yeah, after Hermanson beat the fuck out of his face.
I didn't see that he did.
He said that he.
Fuck, man.
So-
you got guys like Babalu saying that. You've got him. I mean, there's a good amount of guys that are fucked up.
I think Brazilian guys are also like fucked up to begin with.
I'm gonna say this right now, guys. You need to get the peptide. Not only it's diet, exercise, lots of CBD. Okay, cold. Hot to cold. You need to go in ice baths. You need to go in the sauna. Do both, not just one. Do both of them. Extreme hot and extreme cold. All this stuff's gonna work on your inflammatory response, and then once you can do that, you need to get a peptide called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. I shouldn't be this way. You guys all know I have a lot of brain damage.
Yeah.
I function at a crazy high rate. I help build the brands, and I do all this shit, and I'm always working out every day, and I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because this peptide that, I mean, sure, I have to inject it into myself, but I feel incredible.
Better than slurring your words at 40.
Yeah. So it helped me fix my brain, and it's hard to get, but if you need it, well, find me, and I'll help you. I'll help you acquire it because it's not illegal. It's just unregulated. But I know the chemists. I know the guys that own the lab. Like it's a totally legit thing. So
Killer Gorilla.
Sounds super legit.
you can do it. I'm just saying it works.
We got a really big bathtub that we mix it all in.
Totally. I know the
Trust me.
guys. Listen, you can't get it, but I can get it for you.
Meet me behind the school. At 4
It's
o'clock.
exactly. It's not illegal, but it's not exactly illegal. It's not illegal, but it's made from everything else that is.
It just doesn't exist until we create it in
Not
the lab.
illegal, but
It's amazing.
But can you get some Sudafed and a blowtorch?
What's it called?
you'll-
What's it called?
Peptides.
You'll find yourself
BDNF,
you'll be in a
brain-derived
church naked
neurotrophic
with a fire
factor.
extinguisher.
Oh,
that's one of the side
They
effects.
make a pill form of it. Actually, it's for Pure Science or Pure Science, XYIENCE.
The Z makes it legit.
Yeah.
That's that a drink?
No, it's a different. I know. I already went over this with them. There's that brand, and then they have. I don't know. Look up the Limitless pill, and it's got BDNF in it. I'm telling you, it's the best nootropic I've ever had in my life.
Okay,
All right.
so thank you. All right, I would talk to Creep about that. I'm sure you'll get a lot of people. Mark Madsen, by the way, this dude
Mark
is
O. Madsen.
undefeated guy, wrestler.
The wrestler guy, the big Roman Greco guy.
Yeah.
He was good. He looked real good.
He beat the fuck.
But we will
out of
see
him.
how.
But
good
I
he
felt
is.
like that guy was picked to be beaten out of.
Yes, I agree.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
He
I like
looked
the word
like he was picked.
But
to-
this was also O. Madsen's UFC debut.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was the sweet Norwegish
I didn't watch these fights.
version of
Who
who
was
was
the
that
Sweden?
teen
He
kid
was,
they kept giving?
Yeah.
So he was the Olympic silver
Right.
medalist.
He's like a god up there,
3-time Olympian
apparently.
medalist.
Yes.
And made his UFC debut and just fucking put his head in the dude's chest and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like in a minute.
How does he look?
Yeah. Looks good.
It looks like
He looks like he's going to be a real contender. I think.
Yeah. Although I do want to see him in front of against a real guy.
How many fights does he have?
He's like 9-0.
9-0 now.
Okay.
Gilbert Burns beat Gunnar Nelson.
That was a great
That was a good fight.
That was a
And I
great
thought that they
fight.
got it right. I was afraid they were going to give it to Gunnar Nelson because it was close and it was in Gunnar's backyard.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So I was happy about that. Kudalaba just destroyed Roundtree.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I thought, like,
what?
And I thought Roundtree was going to win that one. I was
that
really
first kick he threw, I was like,
what did he beat him
shit.
with? Kickboxing?
Yeah.
He just hurt him. He hurt him with a punch and then
Wrestling.
And then
Okay,
wrestling.
because
Wrestled him.
Roundtree's got 6 stand-up now.
Yeah,
Dude,
and he
totally.
did. He looked like he came out pure. The announcers were talking about it.
Muay
He's been in Thailand training,
Yeah.
like just more. And he came out. You could see it, hands up high, just doing the
Who,
little
Roundtree or
bounce.
Kurtalaba?
Roundtree, and he threw like that first body kick. And
Yeah.
like the whole stadium.
You could hear it, man.
quiet.
That was something else.
And then he just took him down and fucking went
Yep.
ape on him.
But what also
Like-
you saw was that Kurtalaba looked like, I think he might have gotten the Roundtree's head, because when he came into the octagon, he like got in his face, and then like
at the weigh-ins.
No. When he was in the thing. But
the
I
cage?
thought that didn't affect Roundtree at all. I think Roundtree was like, fuck off, punk.
Yeah.
He was trying to like punk him before Buffer announced
Yeah.
it. Has anybody ever tried to do that to you?
No.
Have you ever done that to somebody else?
No.
Because it looked like
Sure, it seems like something you might do.
No. I just laugh at people.
See, that's kind of like it, though.
But like,
looked
no,
like
I'm not
he-
like going over in your fucking space and trying to get in your
he
face.
definitely got into his face.
Yeah, he definitely went over. He was
Yeah.
definitely trying to get past the middle of the ring.
That's uncalled for.
So
And then
it was
OS
a little aggressive.
I've been known to slap a motherfucker, so do not get into my personal space, sir.
and then OSP once again won by Von Flucho.
Von Prue, dude.
It should now be the Von Prue.
It
I guess. Is it?
He's got 4
Yeah.
in competition. 4
out-
Von
And you're
out of
looking
6,
at it, and
out
you're
of
like,
6.
how is this
out of
working
6.
exactly?
And this one, he fucking put
You want
the
to know
guy
what it
into
is?
Yeah.
Is he's a fucking giant,
Right.
super athlete, and if he gets in a good position, his shoulder neck
weight,
is shaped
yeah.
a certain way where he can just squish you
But
like a
this-
that's
fucking.
what basically
Yeah.
that's what he does. He squishes you out.
That's
I mean,
what
that's
it is.
basically what it
It's-
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
but
I
He
mean,
puts all his weight and power into your throat and just squishes you.
yeah.
The beauty of this, usually with the Von Flu, because I hit Von Flus all the time at practice. Obviously, it's not the same level, but you're waiting for someone to guillotine you, and then you pass,
Yeah.
and you Von Flu him. He was inside control, holding the guy's wrist. He put his arm over his
That's
head.
right,
and
that's
locked
right.
it. He was like, "No, fuck you, I'm doing this."
Yeah.
Like, you ain't
he's
getting up.
He's a thoroughbred.
And
You
the-
see him in
oh.
person, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But how do you not know that that's coming when the guy's won 6 in a row using that move? Like, how do you-
You don't know jujitsu?
Hey, you try and stop it.
What?
You try and stop it.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah,
professional fighter.
Well,
exactly.
this
He
is
may have
why-
just decided this is what's happening, and that's what's happening now.
Hey, check it out. Give me your arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't let him do it, though, then that means you're doing this while the dude's inside control and he's just smashing your face in. So it's like,
Yeah, it's-
you want to
fucked
get
if you're
choked or you
both.
want to have OSP throwing elbows into your skull?
Now, what'll happen is someone will
take
figure
choke.
out the defense to that, and he'll have to change.
Yeah.
Is
So-
crying
because
an
someone will
option?
submit him
That's
from
probably
there.
what I would have
But
done.
until
I would've
until
just
that
started
happens,
crying.
like, why stop?
Yeah.
Why stop?
So that was pretty. And then CR lost. I was pissed off. I wanted CR to win. CR Badazara. He's a guy who grew up in like Afghanistan. His whole like town blew up, and like I hung out with him.
Sorry.
I hung out with him in Mayhem one
Racist.
time, and like Mayhem was the normal one.
Oh,
That's how
Ooh.
fucking crazy this dude is. But like the sweetest guy ever.
Yeah.
But like kind of like a pit bull where you're like.
like this
you don't
one's
trust it?
yeah.
Like if he likes you, he likes you. But if he doesn't, like it's not
It's
gonna
gonna
go
be
well.
a bad day.
He might just bite your hand off. You never know.
Yeah, that's sort of kind of how it was.
Okay, was anyone
What
else
about-
mildly uncomfortable with the fact that I didn't watch the prelims, but the entire main card was White versus Brown? Like, I know you're in what was it, Norway or Sweden
Yeah.
or whatever.
Denmark?
Did you not notice every match was White versus Brown?
Hard now, and
I'm like, this is the
oh,
most.
yeah.
Come on, do one white on white or
And
one brown on
yeah,
brown.
It's a very Aryan country.
I
I'm
know,
sorry.
but not every match had to be like, some kind of, Aryan jerk off.
Hey, you know what it is?
And the brown guys actually won the majority. I think it was 3-2 at the end of the main
the
card.
brown guy.
I did. Well,
I'll
I went
show
through it
you
at the
who's
end
superior.
because I was like, if this is all white guys that won, like this is really the most racist card I've ever seen.
Hey, Denmark, sprechen Sie dick.
And right, and it's not like I'm wondering if it was just on accident, like nobody noticed that every match was white versus brown.
I'll tell you what annoys me though is when
Not
you have a
until
white
right
guy
now.
versus a black guy fighting.
The king of
and then they go on the bottom of the
Denmark said,
screen. Oh,
"Has to be."
what's his name has the blue gloves. The other guy. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like
just say the
the
white guy has the fucking gloves. Don't tell me like not gonna look at their gloves.
This is the white guy. This is the black guy.
Yeah.
We're
I
in the
know,
green
it was
trunks.
all white
Yeah.
versus every single fight was white versus brown. I was like, this is no one.
But that isn't that annoying to you? When I got to look at their fucking gloves, like the red strip, to find out. Just say like Jones is the black guy and Von Wagenen is the fucking white guy.
But you know that's fantasy land. They're never gonna do that.
Come on. It'd be,
by the way,
that would be way too much fun.
By the way, there's a kid on our team whose father, his like hand was shaking, right? And I haven't seen the father in a while. And I was like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, it looks like you got a little older. I was just,
he was like, I've been sober 9 days.
No, then Tyler says to me, I think Weston had a heart attack. What's his father? Yeah. And I was like, really? Why? He's like, his hand was shaking. Now I'm like, I just told the guy he looks older and a heart attack. So I call the guy at home. I'm like, you didn't have a heart attack, dude. He's like, no, I always shake. I'm like, oh. And then he was laughing. He thought that was the funniest thing he's ever.
Parkinson's?
Like, yeah, he's got a very.
He's a very early stages of Parkinson's or something.
Which is like also rough.
That sucks.
All right, Bellator.
You really know how to talk to people.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Good job,
You
man.
look old.
Good job.
You look old. I'm sorry. Did you have a heart attack?
First thing I see, he's like, hey, man, how's it going? And just like, this hand comes, and I was like,
don't you go dying on me now, you hear?
Yeah,
dude.
Easy shakes.
Dude, oh, God, how nice easy shakes.
Boy, when this guy shakes your hand, he really shakes your hand.
Fucking give me the break.
By
the way, one of the best.
We're sorry
I
if
heard
you're listening.
Zach Galifianakis used to have a joke. I saw Michael J. Fox today eating at Shakey's Pizza, and I was like, that was
That's the whole joke.
Yeah, that was the whole
dude.
joke.
I love.
That's a terrible joke.
These are horrible.
All right, so Bellator, Musasi beat
I like
Machida.
some puns, but most puns suck.
Did you watch Bellator versus at all?
No.
Musasi beat Machida.
I don't watch fighting ever.
You don't watch fighting ever?
Sometimes. It's more than most sports.
Does it fuck with you? Like, if you're watching fights, does it put you back in that? You get the adrenaline start going, and you're like,
me fighting still, like Mike Tyson. I had never verbalized it, but he put it best. He's like, I don't want to be that person anymore. And honestly, I need to get some shit in order before I go around fighting more because it makes me crazy.
Yeah.
Like, go to San Jose. I just the shit I wake up, doing and like next to, and just I'm like, where the fuck am I? What happened last night? God damn it!
Russia,
I'm a little crazy sometimes, so I just have to relax and not have too much fun.
Well, I'll tell you, even though like I've never hit like 1/100th of your level, but when I wrestled in college and I quit, it was I couldn't watch sports for like 3 years. I felt like such a letdown.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody you meet, like, how's wrestling? How's everyone?
Yeah, it's like your identity.
I
mean, you were the 8th grade champion.
Then I go to San Jose to watch the fights, and Isaiah Rocha, this kid I've known since he joined the pit at 6 years old when I was 19 and I joined it. So I've known him since he was a little kid, and he used to watch Chuck and myself and Antonio Benuelos and Glover and Court McGee, whoever John Hackelman had at the gym, And I remember him as a little kid, and now he just has his second pro fight. It's on Bellator, and he lost. And I've never seen him lose anything. He seems so good. I know he's better at this kid that he fought at everything. I've looked at tape. I've watched this kid grow up and train with him, and he's really, really, really blue chip stock for sure. So watch out for him. But he got clipped by a guy that's 4-0, and then got choked. He went out like a soldier. He got choked unconscious. I haven't met that emotional in so long. And then I look over, and Hack is just not taking it well because the kid lives at the gym. Hack raised him, Hack literally raised this kid. And I was like, oh shit. And John got in an argument with one of the Bellator guys. And so I just got in between them, and I'm like, John, we're good, John. Don't fucking punch anyone, please.
When's this? Last week?
This was San Jose.
Oh yeah,
so a couple weeks ago. And the guy's talking shit to John. I turn around and go, hey, can you just stop talking, please? Like, just please stop.
Not the smoke.
Not the fucking time, please.
Yeah.
Please, just you know what? Just please stop talking. I didn't even cuss. I was like, yeah. I turned back around. Fuck you. You stop talking. I'll get you kicked out of here. I work for Bellator. And I turned around and I was like, dude. And he fucking pushed me and did like one of these where he pushed me and went, and pulled his hand back. And I was like, oh, fuck you. And I snapped and I was like, you fucking idiot. I should beat the shit out of you. And he's like, there's a cop next to me. And the guy looked at the cop and goes, what are you going to do? And he goes, you're in the wrong. You pushed him. And I was like, thank you. I'm not going to beat you up. But like, you can't push people.
Of course.
You're a fucking adult. You work for Bellator and you're pushing someone in the corner. The people who can fuck you up the worst.
Right.
Like, so then, of course, the cop is like, can we just back up? Let's escort you out of here. So we got kicked out of the fucking corner.
Really?
Yeah. John and I.
Wow.
And Antonio's in the cage fucking like a normal adult, not getting in trouble. And I'm looking at her going, what bizarro world is this?
So, it's crazy.
What the fuck?
So,
It is a crazy world.
So
It is.
Juan
Listen,
Archuleta.
that actually makes more sense than it
So
should.
Pitbull beat Juan Archuleta, which sucks because Juan was like,
I love Juan.
he won like 20 in a row. And he just
How was that fight? I mean,
it was kind of boring, but he won 49-46, 50-45. It was a pretty decisive win.
yeah. How much bigger is Pitbull?
What? Same weight.
Hey, was
think
this
it's
on
that much. I don't
DAZN?
think it's
Because
that much.
oh, that's why.
Juan's pretty
Because I always
big.
check
He's
to
a
see
big
if it's
guy.
in my DVR. If it's on Bellator, if it's on whatever
DAZN.
Paramount, then then it records. So I'm always like, oh, I bet there were some fights. Because if they're on DAZN, I have no idea they even exist.
And then Darion Caldwell won.
As
Fuck
does
DAZN.
nobody else in the
Fuck
entire
DAZN.
country.
Dumbest move they ever made.
Caldwell won. He beat Henry Corrales.
Caldwell's really good.
People were booing because the way he won, he wrestled basically, but
That's what he's
he needed
good
a
at.
win.
Oh my God, Darion Caldwell wrestled somebody for
But he
a
also,
win?
but he also lost 2 in a row to Haraguchi, so he
Yeah.
needed a win. You
He
know,
did. And that
Um,
shows how good Horiguchi is.
Yeah.
yeah, they beat
He's
him
a
twice.
And then he just lost.
He just
Fuck.
got knocked out one
Yeah.
round. Just fucking crazy. AJ Argazan won, jiu-jitsu guy,
Yeah,
and then
AJ.
Antonio McGee knocked out Georgie Karakanyan in 8 seconds.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Which is
Junior. AJ.
your boy Georgie.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
AJ
yeah,
McKee.
Georgie. He's back, huh?
Yeah.
Got knocked out in 8
Georgie
seconds.
Oh,
got
that's
knocked
right. I
out,
did read
man.
that. But it was AJ McKee that did it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, McKee's been transcendent. I mean, ever since he started, he just seems to be getting.
And his father
he
fought.
seems to be getting
Yeah.
really
Same
better.
card,
His dad fought on the same card.
He fucking,
What?
dude,
His dad won.
beat
yeah.
the fuck out of William Siriapi, who came in
Yeah.
19 pounds over.
And they still
Came
they
in
still fought
19
him.
pounds
Well,
over.
AJ
Just
was 19
straight up not
AJ
giving
was
a
19
fuck.
years
dude.
older.
Yeah.
McKee, like fucking.
No, he's not.
No, he came in 19 years. No, I'm saying like he was like
Dude,
46
William,
years old.
you don't know William Siriapi? He's
No.
like the head Muay Thai coach at Millennia. He's like 55, dude.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wait. He fought
Yeah,
fucking...
the Bull.
Yeah.
The Bull fought Antonio McKee and just got ground and pounded to death.
Why would he do that?
And he came in 19 pounds over. Money.
What the
paycheck.
fuck?
I don't know. We should
haven't-
ask him.
I haven't seen him in years. You said the name and I was sitting thinking the
And
name.
you're like,
going,
who? Yeah, I
What
know,
the fuck?
right? Because his last fight was like 10 years ago. His last fight was
haven't
when
s-
when
I-
I started training.
I haven't seen him for probably almost a decade.
He looks
then,
exactly the same.
And then the night before, the night before, Ben Henderson won. He beat Miles Jury.
Looked good.
Yes.
And then James Gallagher won. You know.
Oh, he did win.
Yeah, he looked
oh,
really good.
sick.
And Michael
That was that
Venom beat our
guillotine,
guy. MVP
Hey,
beat Richard
I know.
Kiley.
That was a...
Yeah, but I thought MVP. I thought he was definitely going to win that fight.
Yeah, but we had the other guy on the podcast.
We had
He's a
we
nice
had
guy.
Kylie on the podcast. He's
okay.
Super nice guy, but he's
And
what,
also, no,
4
actually, I
and
saw
1 now?
those ones.
Yeah.
And you know what? MVP, how was that not the headlining match? How was the other kid?
Yeah.
I thought clearly MVP is the headlining match.
It was in
here.
Ireland though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how.
Yeah,
that's how. 'Cause
And-
those
and-
people...
But isn't
He was-
MVP British, though?
Yeah, but not
no,
Irish.
they hate the fucking British
Oh,
over
yeah.
there. I fought Brad Pickett in Ireland, and I would just get there, and every time everyone's real talkative and super nice. And oh, you here for Connor? Once you tell them you're a fighter, I'm like, yeah, I'm here for Connor. Who are you fighting? I go, because I have a Gaelic name. I'm like, Ian McCall is super Gaelic, and I'm like, I'm fighting an Englishman. Oh, you better fucking kill him. oh, fucking blah, and say some crazy Irish shit. And I was like, yep, I got this crowd. I got these guys wrapped around my fucking finger.
I shot a bunch of Heineken commercials in Dublin, and when I was there, at the end, they had this like party at the end, and they were like, "So, what'd you think of Dublin?" And I was like, "You guys have like no black people," because I'd only seen 3 black people the entire week I was there.
Yeah.
3 total.
Were they doing Hennessy commercials?
And so, but I said, it's amazing. I mean, like you guys have. I thought you would have more black people. She goes, "What are you talking about? We're overrun with them."
Overrun? Wow.
I was like, I saw 3. I don't think that's the word you're looking for here.
overrun.
Overrun. That's
In
what-
Ireland.
We're
3 is
overrun with them. There's 3 of them.
Three's
now.
3 too many, apparently.
Look at that.
Ireland.
Like the snakes.
They make 3/5 of our basketball team. So, what's up, people? The football season is back, and now you can get into the game with our exclusive sports betting partners at betonline.ag. Sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit and make your bets on your favorite professional or college team. Every spread, every total, every winner or loser, straight bet, parlay, or tease your way through the season. Will Mahomes throw for 56 touchdowns? Can the Pats go undefeated? Bet on all of this with the fastest odds updates and payouts with our new sportsbook partners, betonline.ag. Head over to betonline.ag or use your mobile device to join today and use promo code CLNS50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus. Get into the action today with betonline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. Check it out. So let's talk about before we call up the fights this weekend and the 244 card, which looks amazing. Yeah. Frankie Lester and John Jones are going at it on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know Frankie Lester?
No.
Frank Lester.
Oh, his coach.
Yeah, his coach.
Yes.
He used to be a fighter. Was like in the military, and some shit went down. I guess something like he hit a girl a long time ago.
Lester did?
I don't know. But no, a long time ago. So all right. So this is what he writes on Instagram. After 3 different houses being screwed over by the best team in the world, Jackson Wink, and #1 pound for pound on the planet, John Jones, he tags him, on over 13,000 on his last title fight. Myself, my wife, and our children, Jordan and baby, are on the way. He goes, finally have a home big enough for all of us. I have no regrets. I did my job, and everybody who's followed me knows I did my job. John Jones and Mike Winklejohn just did me dirtier than I've ever been seen in a fight game. But good always prevails over evil. And now we have a home big enough for all of us. I'm going to be opening Tank Mixed Martial Arts, blah, blah, blah. He goes, and John, it's on site with me and you, and you know that. You stole from my family. You got me fired from my job for no reason. For that, I am grateful because I'll never work for a crook like Mike Winklejohn. I am 10 times the coach you've ever been. You just bought out Greg's name, and unfortunately, Jackson's was out in the control of a dirtbag. But fuck you all very much. The only thing that comes to mind when I hear your names are cowardice and deceit. It's on site, John Bones Jones. Keep that security close. Fuck boy. We both know you ain't no real one. Real ones don't steal from pregnant women and their families. Hashtag war certified. Hashtag on site. Hashtag run it. So that's what he writes. John Jones' response.
Wait a minute. I feel like it's going to be on site. That seemed...
There's something hinting at that.
Yeah, there was some subtle...
Where's is the site?
Albuquerque.
Anywhere in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And then John Jones responds, Frank, I gave you the opportunity of a lifetime. Everyone on the team knows that I would not agree to give you $20,000 for only your second training camp on my team. And if I did, I would have totally paid you that amount. Not once in 10 years have I ever gotten a complaint about not paying staff members. If anything, I'm always complimented for being the people's highest paid client by a long shot. I won't even get into the fact that you were fired from the team on fight week because of your drug issues. Anyways, I'm not going to argue with you over the internet. I'd be more than happy to bring this to a judge. It's the physical threatening that I have a problem with. I have no interest in carrying a concealed pistol or preparing for any type of street fight with you. Tomorrow, I'll be calling Albuquerque Police Department and bringing our confrontation to their awareness. Honestly, I wish I would have never gotten to know you, but I truly wish you nothing but the best. Please just leave me alone, bro, or see me in court. So, what are our thoughts?
It's a personal issue. I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Considering John Jones's track record, I'm inclined to side with the coach.
Yeah.
On this one, but I don't fucking know. So.
Nor do I give a shit.
Yeah.
That's like a personal issue. I don't want to fucking hear your business on the internet. Shut up.
Yeah, that's the one part I don't get, like, just projecting it, blasting it all over on making a post like, "Ooh, this is fucking talking shit." Like, dude, if you're gonna talk shit to that person.
But would he only pay him $7,000 to work his corner? It seems kind of low.
But what is Lester? What kind of coach is he?
Well, and what was their contract? Like, show us the picture of the contract that you signed with him.
Yeah,
that says he's going to pay $20,000.
What kind of coach is he?
I don't know, but also telling them to, like, it's on site. Like, first of all, in a fight, Jones would murder. It was a straight fight.
Anybody.
But are they talking about guns now? Like,
probably. If the guy's a fucking veteran.
And he's saying, bring your pistol?
Well, no, he's not saying bring your pistol.
He
John Jones is saying,
security.
I'm not gonna like
John knows
carry
he's
a
gonna
weapon.
feel like he has to carry one now in case,
Hey, John knows how to shoot, and John is good at everything.
Do we want John Jones carrying a fucking gun? I mean,
No. He does.
Sounds like a
I mean,
bad
he
idea.
already
I guarantee he
does.
does.
Well, I don't think
He
legally
wants
he
to.
can anyway.
Yes, he can. Oh, maybe. I don't
Because
know.
of certain, if he's had certain
he's rich and
convictions,
famous.
I don't know that he can.
Certainly he's rich and
How do you know
famous.
he's a good shot?
Were they felony
'Cause he-
convictions?
he-
I'm not
Guns.
sure. I don't
What?
know if
He
they
loves
were.
guns and he's always shooting.
Really shooting guns?
He's got a ton of guns,
Yeah.
dude.
Really?
He
Tons of
knows his
guns.
shit.
Yes.
It's a fucking damn. That man's a weapon. As much as I don't like him, whatever, that doesn't matter. That dude's a fucking savage, and I'm sure he's just amazing. Think of the way his brain works and how intricate a gun and all that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's really.
What's
good
going
at
on
it.
with Jackson Winklejohn between Cowboy leaving and then
This is just what happens. Everyone's egos get big, and everyone makes money. They spend enough time around each other. They think they can do better, and it's just the evolution of it's no one's room. There might be a fucking shark in the room that's screwing everybody over. I don't know. until that gets brought up, it's probably just egos.
You used to have a problem with your mouth mail, right?
Yeah, I like making fun of them. That's all it is. They're so easy to pick on.
All those little guys.
So
you know, like that's I don't really have a beef with anybody. I mean,
yeah. So let's talk about the fights this weekend.
Except for the Russians. Fuck them.
All the Russians, every one of them.
Fucking
They
Russians.
fucking cornered me in the fucking sauna in New York. You didn't hear about that?
No, what happened?
I was talking shit about.
It sounds like the start of a gay video, but
it is. It's how
Uncle
gay porno
Creepy in the
start.
sauna.
totally, that's what I'm saying. They cornered me.
They all
in a
cornered.
sauna,
They just
and I'm
cornered me. There was
Yes.
nothing I could do.
Exactly.
I'll give you 20 minutes to stop that. Oh.
Wait, so what happened?
They wanted to count my spokes.
What?
They wanted to count the spokes in my butthole.
Oh, come on.
No. So they
The Asian kid loved that one. He thought that was the
I've
greatest.
never heard the spokes.
So
That's hilarious.
I was talking shit on Ali.
That was the one that really got you, the spokes in the butthole. Look at that. I mean, he's been there this whole time.
Yeah.
And that's the. I mean, I saw you smiling and stuff, but that was the first audible noise. Was on spokes on the butthole.
Okay, so you know Ali Abdelaziz, their agent, who's a fucking piece of shit. Like,
You don't say.
Speaking of on-site, I'll fuck that dude up. So I knew about all his terrorist shit because I say terrorist because I'm just being honest. He's on terrorist watch lists.
Right.
He worked for terrorist organizations, double-crossed them to get what he wanted, and then double-crossed the U.S. government, and he fucked up everything. Now he's a famous agent making millions of dollars.
Crazy.
What the fuck?
Right.
This is all documented stuff. I know some all kinds of crazy shit, but you guys can figure it out yourself. There's a lot of drama. And I just called him a terrorist. I don't give a fuck if he's Muslim or what he is. You come into my country and you're a fucking terrorist on a terrorist watch list, I'm going to call you out for it, especially if you're in that sort of position where I don't think you deserve. Russians get mad. They all pack into a sauna. I'm sitting with Glover and Jacare. And they're why are you talking shit on Ali? And I thought they were talking about Bagotinov for popping for steroids. I'm like, because he popped for steroids because it's funny.
I thought I was talking about another guy that the same name that I was also
And now, are
talking
you guys
shit
all
about.
in towels?
No. We're all cutting weight for the UFC, for the fights.
Right.
And then like, no, Abdelaziz. And I went, oh, because he's a fucking terrorist. And it's a pack of Dagestani's best, their finest.
Right.
In the fucking sauna.
Now, was it like Khabib in there?
Yeah, Khabib was in there. And then right when I said that, he pushed his way forward, he goes, you can't say that, he'll sue you. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, oh, okay, well, fucking, I'm stupidly not afraid of anything. And I was like, why don't you fucking sit down? We'll talk about it. And they all sat down. I was like, okay, hold on. And I get to perform. You guys are proud Russians, right? Yeah, I'm a proud American. What would you guys do if someone came into your country and was a fucking known terrorist? I was like, I'll wait. You know, fuck, tell me. And they all just went, Khabib's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't want to bother you. While you're cutting weight, and they all left. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Was Islam there too? The other guy, Islam, Khabib's buddy?
A bunch of them were there.
Wow.
And I'm just lucky they didn't beat the shit out of me. Really.
But
I wasn't.
They were all there.
Yeah.
Glover was there and Jacare was there. They would have not let them fuck me up, which is
Wow.
great. So I was a little more chipper than usual, but yeah, fuck them. And I'm like, you guys. And then Ali showed up to weigh-ins that I was done cutting weight, laying on the floor, waiting to just walk because I didn't have any energy. I'm on the floor to weigh in, to walk into weigh-ins, and he starts talking shit and trying to fight me.
Ali does.
I was on the floor just laughing. I'm like, what the fuck out of here. When I drink a little bit of water, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, man. And I said, fuck that guy. Like, he thinks he's that tough. I will fucking smoke you. Like, I will beat the shit out of you, man. Relax. And, like, this is the last thing you want. It's not going to turn out well. He tries to fight everybody, but still, it's just, yeah, so that's why the Russians don't like me. But whatever. They can threaten my life and be crazy all the time.
You can't be like everybody.
No.
So this week, this Friday night on Bellator, we got Andrei Kurashkov against Lorenz Larkin. Should be a good fight.
I love Lorenz.
I like Lorenz Larkin too. I don't know the other guy, but I like Lorenz.
The other guy's really good.
Yeah.
The other guy's really good.
Lorenz Larkin's a stud. He doesn't have the best performances, but man, when he's on point, god damn, he's good.
Yeah.
God damn, it's pretty.
Like, good luck matching that kickboxing.
Oh my god, when
It's
he's
so clean.
when he's getting after it, man, he's really good.
Yeah.
Also, Joe Schilling's on the card, taking on Tony Johnson.
Always exciting. Who's Tony Johnson?
I don't know who Tony Johnson is, but hopefully Schilling wins. He's a record of 4-5, but he's probably the best 4-5 fighter in the history of sports.
Yes.
I mean,
Seriously though, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, Joe's such a savage. I love him.
and he's doing jiu-jitsu tournaments now and stuff. He's really
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
He's, you know what? He's as much as he wants to fight it. It's like him, quitting smoking cigarettes. Like he'll do it, it's eventually, you know, like he's such a competitor, and he's a fucking martial artist. He might be thuggy as hell, but he's a true martial artist at heart. Like, I mean, you know, I've seen the softer side of the man, you know, growing up and being around him so much, but like, he's a savage, and he's such a good guy.
On the undercard, Joey Davis, who was a 4-time national champion, D2, like never lost. He's a guy that they should be promoting. I never understood Bellator. Like, he's not on the main card, but Kerry Melendez, who I like, versus Mandy Polk, who's 3 and 4 is. Like, let's get Joey Davis on that card. I mean, Joey Davis is a monster. He's
but I mean, how many fights has he had?
This is his 5th fight. But also the next day, that night, Pearl Gonzalez is fighting. Who's like the hottest chick ever. You ever see her? She's like this.
She's Asian.
Pearl Gonzalez.
No, she's like Mexican.
Oh, I'm thinking
she's the one.
Gonzalez isn't you.
She's the one that had like implants, and they wouldn't let her fight because like UFC's in New Jersey said her implants were gonna get like bust or something. So they had to call it. It was a weird fight. She ended up losing that fight anyway. But she's in Invicta. She's really good.
What's her name again?
Pearl Gonzalez.
Pearl.
Yeah.
Pearl. Oh my God.
I've never wanted to.
Pearl.
She's fighting Brogan Sanchez.
Oh, she's
Brogan?
brown, too.
Yeah. Well, she's hot, right?
I have been into Latinas lately.
Oh, she is hot.
That's true.
Look at Pearl.
And then my girl Kay Hansen's on the card. That girl fights like every single week. She's like 19 years old, and she's like a big Trump girl and shoots guns.
She trains with Manolo.
Who does? Pearl?
Yeah.
Who's Manolo?
The coach down at
San Diego, right?
Yeah.
I think she's married or has a boyfriend in the military. But the next day, Robert Whitaker.
Sorry, I just always try to fuck everything.
Robert Whitaker versus
One thing
Israel.
I think
What's wrong with that, dude?
It's just how I work.
Nobody's judging you.
The next day, Robert Whitaker's taking on Israel Adesanya.
Yes.
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
that's this
the
weekend?
big one, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
shit.
the big one, baby.
Where am I going to be this weekend?
I think Whitaker's going to win.
You know, I got to
what?
tell you, okay, part of me does too, and but it's a part of me that the other part goes, don't be stupid.
You know, no. You know what it is? My dad put me in check this week because my dad's obviously he's the reason I'm into martial arts. And he's just an observer. So he can pick shit apart, and he's like, no, he's going to be that, yeah, sure, you have the super crazy otherworldly technical fighter of Adesanya, but Robert Whitaker's no fucking slouch, offense or defense, and he gets down. He's a workhorse. Yeah. So how he's gonna beat him is through his workhorse.
Has he been injured? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he had like a
fucking when hasn't he?
I was gonna say, it feels like I haven't seen him fighting forever.
And,
like 2 years.
And his chin has been compromised a few times. His last 2 fights, was it?
Well, he beat Yoel twice, and Yoel's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, having him hit you in the face with bricks.
Fuck. And Adesanya got beat by Gastelum standing. I mean, not really, but kind of. So you got to think, what's he going to do against Whitaker? Gastelum was lighting him up.
They were lighting each other up, and Adesanya dropped them.
He dropped.
So,
wait. He dropped him like a bunch of times.
Yeah, but Kelvin also like hurt him.
Okay, well they're punching each other in the face.
Also
it's a face punching contest.
He also hit Michael Bisping in the face once and fucking killed him. So like
that's true. Kelvin's
Adesanya's obviously got it.
That's like if I went up to like 55 and I was fighting dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because I'm 160 right now.
Yeah, but Kelvin could like be
say, bro.
You're
looking big, bro.
I lift weights for vanity now.
So also on that card, Dan Hooker is taking on Al Iaquinta.
That's
2 guys. You have to murder.
Yeah. Who's it's Alan?
Dan Hooker.
Oh,
the
yes.
Australian kid. Yeah.
Yes. So Dan, New Zealand.
Sorry.
He trained. He was good, like best friends with a buddy of mine who's actually passed away. Jamie Vander Kujul. He trained with Israel and Dan and those guys out there, and like those dudes are studs. Even one of their coaches, Tristam. They're like, I mean, anyone from that part of the world is like, I'm a huge fan of. Yeah. They're such good people.
So it seems like those are like the two. Those are the 2 big ones. I mean, you also have Diego Lima versus Luke Jamino on this, and Tai Taivusa versus Sergey Spivak. But it really seems like it's a 2 main event.
I like Tai Tuivasa.
Where's it at in?
It's in Australia. They're fighting in Melbourne.
Oh, that's
at
right.
the fucking
what are you talking about? Holly Holm and Cal Pennington is on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they killed him?
Where Holly and
one of them got hurt.
Ronda
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, Holly pulled out.
Oh, you know, that's probably for the best.
She injured.
I think Raquel was probably going to beat her up. But you know me, I love watching Holly. That's my girl.
She may have pulled out, but I won't. Hey.
That dude is sexy.
So then
Holly.
That guy, Holly, wow, he's hot.
but we got to talk about UFC.
Like if I had to fuck a dude, like if I had to fuck a dude,
I pick Holly on.
I'm fucking Holly off.
So
These are jokes, people.
She would fuck you.
Jokes.
We all know.
So we're leaping a lot.
I think Holly Holm is beautiful.
We're leaping a lot, but let's talk about this card, UFC. From Madison Square Garden, UFC 244. Okay, I'm just going to name the fights, then we can go over them. All right, Masvidal Diaz. Gastelum versus Darren Till. Corey Anderson versus Johnny Walker.
Yes.
Stephen Thompson versus Vicente Luque. Derek Lewis versus Blagoy Ivanov. Gregor Gillespie versus Kevin Lee. Caitlin Chukagan against Jennifer Maia. Arlovsky versus Jair Rosenstruck. I don't know who that is, but Julio Arce versus Hakeem, that guy from Calgary who's awesome.
Hakeem?
I'm
And then Makwan.
here for my son, Hakeem.
And then
yes,
Makwan,
exactly.
the guy who got a blowjob.
I knew that's what you were thinking when he said it.
Makwan, the guy who got a blowjob during the interview, remember?
Oh, that's right. That guy. That guy gets ass,
he got
too.
a blowjob during
You guys
While
would
talking
be,
to us on
We're
the
talking
phone.
to us on the
Yeah.
and getting a blowjob. And let us listen.
Yeah,
Nice.
and he's fighting Shane Burgos. So that card might be the
I got a
best
story
card
like that.
of the year. That's got to be the best
It
card.
could be.
Yeah,
It
that's
could
one
be.
card.
That's a fucking-
Yeah, it's all one card.
They always
yeah.
bring it with
Awesome.
Madison Square Garden.
Of course.
Whenever it's
They
in
have
the
to.
Garden, yeah,
You have
they
to.
bring it.
Oh.
Considering how bad most of their cards are.
They're never gonna do a fucking UFC fight night at Madison Square Garden.
Fuck
You
no.
know, it's like.
But I mean,
no,
but this is an
a
exceptionally.
stacked
I mean,
But
card.
Masvidal versus Nate Diaz, that one, I mean, right away, I'm picking
does
Nate
that
Diaz.
happen?
No, are you? I can't figure that fight out. I had a whole podcast about it. I don't know. Someone help me. How can I figure this out? Who's going to win this fight? Someone give me a compelling argument. We need to figure this out. It's been driving me crazy for the last month.
Well,
Whatever
I
it's
don't think
about.
it's going to
I'm
happen.
betting
I
on
think
a
one of
draw,
them gets hurt
baby.
and they don't make it.
Really?
No
Yeah.
way.
You know
Totally.
what? Stop it. Just
Yeah.
let's just pretend it's going to happen.
I like Gastelum
you,
over
Greg.
Darren Till.
Yeah, I can
Kelvin
see
Owens.
that.
I like Gastelum.
You just love Gastelum.
I do, but I think Darren Till is great, but he's limited. He's like,
It depends on which Gastelum
his
shows up.
wrestling
But he's
Me-
also he's moving
let
up.
me see which Gastelum shows up.
He's also moving up. Till's moving up into the weight class that he always
Yeah, they
should have
be
been.
in. Yeah.
Right,
He's
so
a
he might be
freak.
stronger than ever.
He might be stronger. He's going to have better cardio.
Yeah.
but he also
mean,
his wrestling is, and Gastelum was a state champ wrestler.
Might not need it. Yeah, but when does Gastelum
He
ever
doesn't
use
use
wrestling?
it. Exactly.
He wrestles
But
with obesity every week.
the threat of it, his head is right in your chest.
Yeah.
And he's always sitting right there and just short shots,
Yeah.
popping on the waist, the hips, the legs. Like, it's more subtle than you think. Like, that's what's
true.
beautiful about it.
That's
Because I know really high level wrestling. Like, I love it. That's my thing. And if you watch, you know, constantly, you guys know he's here and he's popping, moving shoulders, hips,
Yep.
all that stuff. Not just twisting, but side to side, foots, blocking
So
things,
it's
or
just
sweeping things.
a lot of it's like the threat of the wrestling versus
Yeah. And it throws you
That's
off
true.
and gets you off balance. And I mean,
Now,
if you
it
get in a
Drop
rhythm
your
with it,
hands. Yeah.
Now, if Johnny
Yeah.
Walker runs through Corey Anderson,
he's got a shot.
he's got to fight John Jones.
He's got
next.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude.
I fucking love that.
He's on
guy.
fire. He's so cool.
I love
He's
that
so
dude.
cool.
Although I gotta say, one of my favorite fighters now, even though he lost that fight, it was that guy who breakdances and just. Have you seen that guy from Brazil?
the
Yeah,
ninja guy?
yeah. Who is that?
The circus guy.
Yeah.
Dude,
That guy is
He's an
hilarious.
actual. No, he's an actual ninjutsu guy.
And then he was completely out of breath and out of shape by the third round. And the guy was like, maybe if he hadn't breakdanced.
Totally, yeah. Maybe you shouldn't do breakdancing before the fight.
That was so.
That's how he
funny.
fights, man.
Yeah, but that, like, some of it was so. Who was that?
But here's the argument: if he wasn't doing any of that, maybe he would have lost in the first round.
Maybe.
You
But-
know, it's like that's what makes
You try
him
and figure
him.
out this puzzle.
Daniel Cormier was like, "What in the hell?" Like all of a sudden,
He's a
he
heavyweight too,
became
right?
like he was the announcer, and he was like, all of a sudden, it wasn't even like announcing anymore. He goes, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" Like he's like, "Man," like he just became like.
Somebody tries doing that in the cage against me.
I felt like I was at a barbecue with Cormier, and he was just commenting.
I would
like,
love to be at a barbecue with
He
Daniel
goes,
Cormier.
"Man, I have never seen anything like this before." He's like, "This shit is crazy."
I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy, but it was also I would watch that guy anytime he fights.
What does that
I'm
guy
gonna
weigh?
watch him.
what?
What does he weigh? He's huge, right?
Yeah,
But he lost the fight.
But still, he's huge.
The
in
other
that
guy
shit.
came in there, went up a weight class, took the fight on 4 days' notice from Canada. Was a very like, I wouldn't say like mom and pop fighter, but like not like nothing special,
Yeah,
and
blue
beat
collar,
him
white guy.
because that guy just was an idiot. I mean, he just completely gassed out by the third round. He couldn't even move.
Yeah.
The guy
They're all like, hey, yeah.
It was so funny though. I was laughing my ass off. Like you're right though. I will watch him fight anytime.
Right?
Because it's entertaining, yeah.
But I'm not sure if the UFC is the place to do that. Like I almost feel like that would be celebrated more in like Ryzen or something.
Yeah.
And then Stephen Thompson versus Vicente Luque.
Yay!
I'll tell you what.
Thompson back. Let's see it.
Yeah.
But the Kevin Lee Gregor Gillespie fight.
This is a rough back.
But Kevin Lee
Did
Gregor.
he get knocked out the last time?
Yeah, by Masvidal.
Right. That's right.
But the Kevin Lee Gillespie fight is the fight that I'm very, very curious to see.
Man. Talk
Because-
about high level wrestling.
No, he got knocked out by Anthony
Fuck.
Pettis last time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Thompson? Yeah.
Because Gillespie is a guy who
That's right.
He's a national champion.
But I remember getting knocked out, and I was like, whoa, didn't expect that to happen.
Gillespie's a guy who's a national champion.
Out bad.
But
too.
he has no social media skills. He's a fisherman.
Dude, he's my fucking favorite fighter.
All he does is fish
Yeah.
and wrestle.
Yeah.
But he's such a good fighter. He might be the guy people are saying to take on Khabib. His wrestling is amazing. I mean, he's beaten everyone. I don't think he's lost a round so far. But you never hear of him. No one ever talks about him.
Yeah, ever.
It's just how fighters should be.
Which guy is this? I wasn't listening now.
Right, Gregor
Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Oh, okay.
And he's fighting our guy Kevin Lee.
The guy that beat up Vince.
Oh, really?
Kevin Lee called him out.
See, and that to me is Kevin Lee sees something.
So is this in Bellator?
No, this is in UFC.
The guy, remember the guy that
beat
Vince lost to?
Michelle.
Oh, right.
That just held him
yes.
down, just
Yeah,
bullied him.
Yeah.
So that dude is fighting Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee's on what, 2-fight losing streak? He
Is
lost
he?
to RDA his last fight, and he hasn't been looking that great.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Well, he lost to Tony Ferguson,
Tony Ferguson.
and then he lost to Rafael dos Anjos, but I think he lost to Ali Quinta before that.
Yeah, he lost to Ali Quinta.
Yeah.
He choked him, right?
No,
Or
it was just-
decisioned him.
decisioned him. I was there. I was in Milwaukee. But Kevin Lee's a guy that like he needs to get his career back on track. I'm not
Yes.
sure Gillespie's the guy you want to do it with.
That's But I mean, if he's calling him out, then that obviously means he sees something.
Why wouldn't he call it like Diego Sanchez or something, or somebody like that? Like
Would you want to call it Diego Sanchez right now?
no, but like a hot
the world beater.
No, but like a name.
He's old, and his face is all scar tissue.
And it's like a name, right?
Yeah.
Because if he loses to Gillespie, only the hardcore people are gonna
Yeah.
know him.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous fight. But
It is.
he'll probably beat Diego Sanchez at this point. But then if he loses to Diego, then it's really over to him.
Right.
No
But-
one beats Diego Sanchez.
What?
No one has ever beat Diego Sanchez.
Dude,
You might
Diego's-
win. You might win the fight, but you will not beat him.
No.
No.
He
There's-
cannot be
way.
beaten.
There's a guy who needs some of your stuff. Whatever.
does.
Yeah, dude.
Diego
Give him some
Sanchez.
CBD
I
and
know.
some
Right.
peptides.
some peptides, some CBN.
It's good for you.
Whatever it was.
So Rashad Evans just called.
CBC M&M's, yes.
Oh, great.
I don't
Just
know.
eat this bowl of brown
What's the
M&M's.
code
It'll be fine.
on this?
What is it?
What's the code on this? It says too high.
Where we go?
No.
Where we go?
Oh, that's zeros.
Bunch of zeros.
Wow, that is some code right there.
You couldn't figure it out.
No, you have to
Oh,
touch
how
the
many?
bit.
How many
Zero,
zeros?
zero, zero, zero.
Oh,
4.
0, 0, 0, 0.
He just keeps fucking typing 0, 0, 0, 0. Why isn't it
and then what do I
unlocking?
do? That's okay. Where's he okay? So this is great podcasting right now. Okay, check mark. There we go.
At least we have video now,
All right,
so they
let's
can
see-
watch what's
Let's see
going
if this
on.
works. All right. So we'll call him. Everyone, put your headphones on.
I actually admit I gotta go.
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
All right, go.
Sorry, guys. I love you.
Let's see if this
So
works.
I
I'll
don't
be in
hear
Phoenix this weekend. It's Stir Crazy. And then the
Hello,
following
is this
weekend
Rashad
in
Evans?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how's it going? You're on the MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Tyler Smith, and Uncle Creepy.
Hey, buddy.
I'm so sorry, man. So sorry.
It's okay, man.
How
It's
dare
okay. It's all good. What were you doing?
I tried to call back. I was in LA, man, and I took a red eye last night, so I was fucking tired.
You were in LA. You didn't call me or text me. Nothing.
cool, bro.
No, it was a quick in and out trip, man.
And it was a nice booty call. It was like some chick. You needed to just knock it off.
No, man. Hey, but listen, when can I do the show again? I want to pick it up, man. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. So, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great, man. I'm really good. Really good. Just been chilling, man. Just been chilling, trying to get some things going,
Now I heard you Now the word is you unretired. You're going to Bellator, ONE FC, Ryzen. Is that true?
Well, I don't know if I'm going there right now. I just know that I feel good, and I was looking to do a couple more fights.
Okay.
How old are
As
you?
a thought of that, the UFC was like, fuck no. So that's cool, but it just allows me to get money from somewhere else. But
But you guys,
No,
I mean, from an outside perspective, Rashad, look, you're a Hall of Famer. You're one of the best to ever do it. They got you on doing commentating. You're great at that. Although I think Karen Bryant has a crush on you, but that's here nor there. That's just me saying it. Why? Like you got a cushion job. Why is that going to risk what you're doing at the UFC as far as commentating?
Yeah, possibly, but I mean, I enjoy commentating, but I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I don't have like, I don't have a commentating job like DC or something like. You know what I'm saying? I get in there, but I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the reps.
Yes.
A lot of the reps.
Right. But you do a great job in there, though. You're very good at it. Like, for real.
Thank you.
For real. Now, is it a desire to compete? Is it like a money thing? Like, hey, I could pick up another 100,000, 200,000, whatever it is.
Yeah, I can definitely pick up a couple 100,000. I don't think anybody turn that down. But I mean, more importantly, it's like I just feel like at this time in my life, I feel like I still have earning potential, and I feel like the way I feel right now, I feel like if I can go in and get a couple fights and still physically be okay. That's the way I feel right now, because I'm going to the gym right now and I'm training with these guys who are on that elite level, but I'm just, I'm doing it now, but I'm not, I'm not getting paid for it. But it's just, I mean, it's for fun. I enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm like, well, my body feels good enough to do it. I can squeeze a couple more in here to see how it feels, see how it is,
How old are you, Rashad? This is Ian.
How old am I?
Yeah, how old are you?
Oh, 40.
Okay.
40.
How's your brain feel?
Huh?
How's your brain feel?
How does my brain feel?
Yes.
It feels pretty decent. I mean, I don't. That's the thing about it. Like in MMA, you're not taking like I'm not taking shots like I would as if I was boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like even in training, it's not like you're just like getting walloped in the head all the time. You train, you do your you do what you got to do, but the distribution of punishment is throughout the whole body. So you're not really like getting punched in the head. If I was a boxer, getting only punched from the waist up.
Well, of course, but what sort of like recovery tools are you using?
What's that?
What sort of recovery tools are you using?
Recovery tools? I mean, no recovery tools just besides regular food.
That might be
real food, not no bullshit, not the food that we systematically eat and think is food. Like real food, like comes from the earth food. Not
of course
nothing coming from man.
Are you cooking with stuff like turmeric and things like that?
Yeah, I use turmeric. I use just like a lot of natural stuff, all natural. I only use herbs and stuff like that. I don't use nothing that is not from the earth.
I just know that Rashad, like in your prime, you knocked out Chuck Liddell. You beat up on Forrest Griffin. You were just tuning people up. I mean, Phil Davis was the man, and then all of a sudden he ran into Rashad Evans, and you beat up Phil Davis like it was nothing. And towards the end, you were fighting guys like, no disrespect to Sam Alvey or that other guy from Australia, the grandfather, the guy who was like 97 years old, that guy, the guy from the Six Flags commercials.
Dan Kelly?
Yeah, Dan Kelly. And like these guys wouldn't have even like touched you back in your prime. So why fuck with it?
Well, see, that's the thing about it. Like, you can never, I guess, fuck with what already is. And I'm not trying to compete for what was or what was already lost or what has already been. What has already been is what already been. But I can tell you from where I was at. My mindset for competing it wasn't around competing. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, if it's one thing, if I felt like skill wise, I just didn't have the skill and physicality to do it anymore. But I feel like more or less, I just lost the desire to do it more than anything. Fighting is a game that you got to be in it. You got to be in it with your spirit. You know, it goes beyond. It goes beyond physical. If you're spiritually not in it, then you're gonna fight. You know, you're gonna fight like that. You know.
Well, look, I'll always support you, man. You're a friend and you're a great guy. I just think that, like, you know, whatever makes you happy. I just don't want to see you get hurt in there by guys that wouldn't be able to tie your shoe. You know, back when you were so.
Like that's the thing about it. Like I'm not to the point where I'm like, oh man, I have to come back, and I'm not disillusioned about a comeback and all this other stuff. If I do come back, if it does present itself for it to happen, because that's the thing about it. Like I only said that I wanted to see what was out there on the market. You know, if it does happen that I do end up fighting, then I'm gonna choose a smart fight. You know, I'm not gonna choose a crazy ass fight just because I'm like, oh, I want to fight. You know, I'm gonna choose a fight that's a smart fight, but a fight that challenges me, the fight that's a good fight, a fun fight. But
so Bellator, you versus BJ Penn, is that kind of is that what we're thinking?
Nah.
All right.
Like a lot of people, like I'm not afraid to have whatever's a setback or whatever the case may be. I'm not afraid of that. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? Well, shit, I can be driving down the street and anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like not fighting doesn't guarantee me a certain life. I hope people understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, of course. You don't think maybe that your wife and kids are just driving you crazy, and you're like, I got to get out of the house, and this is like an excuse to get out of the house because your wife and kids are.
Maybe so. Maybe that's what it is.
I'll just do an 8-week fight camp.
Yeah, it seems like all of a sudden, like, because you got a very hot wife, but she seems very demanding, and like you got like what, a lot of kids. I'm not gonna say how many because last time you got mad at me. But it seems like it's.
I only got 4 kids. Asshole.
All right, you got 4. All right, you got 4 kids. You got 4 that we know of.
12 kids.
All right, what about? And I knew there's been a lot of times you. What about in Atlanta? That like gay park you were at? Can't you fight one of those guys? I mean, if they want to. No.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
All right, now okay. So what? All right, now I don't know if you've been following the internets, but Frankie Lester and John Jones are going at it on Instagram. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Now you were there. Does Jones owe you money too?
No, no, he doesn't.
All right, whose side are you on in this one?
I'm not on any side because I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is that Frank said something that gave John some pause. You know, he said he's on site. He said it's on site, and that right there was like, okay, you know, he said it's on site when you see him. And then Jones' response was like, look, man, don't make me have to sue you for that, you know?
Yeah.
That was an interesting response for me. You know, that was an interesting response, being the fact that John Jones is probably one of the baddest men to ever wear the glove, you know?
Of course. Well, he doesn't need he doesn't need this trouble. And he probably knows if he fucks up, he's going back to jail for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, Uncle Creepy might have a threesome tonight and is looking for another guy to join him.
Come with me.
Would you be willing to be the other guy?
Oh, my God. What?
No? He just says that he needs another guy. There's 2 girls flying in to have sex with him, and they have, like, Gucci bags to buy him, and he's looking for another guy. Have you ever had a threesome with like a white dude and 2 girls?
Wouldn't that be a foursome?
A foursome, right?
I never had that happen.
Well, you got to start hanging out with Creepy because it seems like this
never happen.
like once every 2 weeks. It seems like this dude's having threesomes.
See, I'm the kind of guy that only like to have like one penis for fantasy. I couldn't have another one in the mix. You know what I'm saying? It just
especially because this guy's
one
slinging
penis per fantasy.
According to him, he's like slinging dick. So that's
slinging it out there.
That's
Someone's got to do it.
now. Yeah, no, I honestly can't even really watch interracial porn because I have to pretend it's like my penis. You know?
I just feel ashamed of myself.
Yeah, I feel like. So then I like tried.
Really?
Sad.
So I'll like
all that's out there, and I just got what I got. Okay.
I actually took a marker and started coloring my dick in, and then.
Do you watch that sort of porn in the closet?
No.
Like you would, like you're peeking out there slightly, like.
No,
Just
I don't. That's a little too much.
No?
But I actually put on.
no
but I put on
fantasies?
my wife's wedding ring on my other hand and pretend that I'm a girl cheating on her husband. So now, Rashad, you've been getting Usman ready for his fight, right?
I'm gonna help him. Yeah, I'm gonna help him.
Now, look, I'm friends with both of them. I'm probably better friends with Colby because I've known him longer. I've hung out with him. But it seems like Colby has isolated his whole training camp. Like an American Top Team, him and Masvidal were going at it. According to him and Dustin Poirier, they're going to fight on site. Oh, who's he going to bring in? Is he going to bring in Usman to train with? Like, who? It seems like he's running out of training partners.
I know, and that's the thing about it. You know, he's got himself in a position where he's talked himself to the point where he made enemies out of his people. We should, be able to confide in, and that's a problem because when your whole life just becomes, a constant, always walking away or trying to avoid beef, that wears on your spirit, man. That wears on you. You got to have some place where you can have some solace, where you can just kick back and be like, you know what? I'm not stressing about nothing. And he doesn't. I don't know if he has that because he's riled up so many people. He has so many of those bombs going off in his life. He can just be sitting down at Starbucks and somebody that he didn't talk trash to can walk by and slap the coffee out of his face because he started that much beef,
Yeah.
That's got to be stressful.
Well, what does he do? Like, who do they bring in? He can't train with the Russians. He can't train with Brazilians. Now he can't train with Masvidal. I mean, now he can't.
Well, at that point, this is when you have to pay for work. You have to pay for somebody to come in and train with you. And then at the end of the day, when you got to pay for somebody to come and train with you, they don't show you the same TLC as your training partners do on those hard days.
Yeah,
they're
trying to take your head off.
Are they? Yeah. Or wouldn't that be better for you if they're going harder against you?
No, not in general, because that's like when I'm training in training camp, there's going to be days where I'm hot and there's days when I'm not. And it's the days where I'm not that I need to have a good training partner to see that and be like, all right, I'm not gonna put the gas on because I don't want to hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're working with somebody who's in training camp, you know what days you can push them and what days you can't push them. But when you're paying for training partners, they don't give a damn about any of that. They're just like, yo, I'm here for a job, and today you're vulnerable, I'm gonna destroy you.
Oh God, that sucks. I would think that because you're paying for them, they don't want to hurt you because they're getting paid, then you won't get paid anymore.
Nah, they don't care.
Now, Anthony Johnson, I read that there's a warrant out for him. Is that true? Do you know anything about that? Rumble?
Rumble. I've heard about that, but I don't know anything about that myself.
Do you still hang out with Rumble?
Do I still hang out with him? Yeah, I hang out. I mean, whenever I can. But I mean, Rumble's busy. He's always around, and I got my own thing going on. But whenever I do get a chance to kick it with him, I kick with him.
Now, Vanderlei Silva signed with Bare Knuckle Boxing. Is that where you're going?
Please say no.
No.
Okay, good, because that might not help things. Like that sounds crazy.
That's not what I'm doing. But I mean, for the kind of money that he's getting for the fight, I mean, I can see why he did it.
Of course, they're gonna make him shave his knuckles though, because it's bare knuckle. So
Totally bare.
All right, so Rashad, so now you told me your daughter's doing stand-up comedy.
What's that? My son.
Your son. How old is he?
He's gonna be 13.
And he's already doing. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Now, did you tell him to do this? Did you inspire this?
No. He just always wanted to be a comedian. He even used to call himself Little Root. He just always wanted to be a comedian.
Well, I heard that you were Big Root back in the day, but that's a whole different. That's because of your. So Little Root, and you took him to the comedy club?
No, I haven't. I want to take him to a comedy club. I think the first time you go to a comedy club, it's a very special event because I think like you're like the laugh is different inside the comedy club. You know what I'm saying? The laughs are a lot different. So I want to save that for like a special comedian where he's gonna definitely piss his pants.
No, but I'm saying, where is he performing?
Oh, where does he perform? He did something at a school. He did something at a school. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Good. And now I also heard that you were thinking about getting into stand-up comedy.
I'll get up there and tell some jokes, man. I might as well. I'll get up there and tell.
Dude, first of all, you do great impressions. You're hilarious. You're likable. I think that you would be a great. Honestly, most people I'm like don't do comedy. I for real think you'd be a great comic. Like for real.
I'm gonna give it a try. I think I'm gonna try it at least one time just to kind of feel that burn, because that burn when you get up there and nobody's going with the jokes or whatnot. Oh my gosh.
I think you'd be awesome at that. I really think you'd be awesome. So all right. So Rashad Evans, he's out of retirement, but now did Dana White get upset with you?
Well, listen. I'm not out of retirement until I take a fight. All right. So I'm out of retirement as far as I guess sitting around. I mean, I'm on the market.
He's in the free agent market.
Now Tank Abbott said that he would actually beat up Masvidal and give him a burrito. That's what he said. Now, have you thought about you versus Tank?
He said what?
He said he would kick Masvidal and Nate Diaz's ass and make him eat burritos.
What the fuck? What a crazy.
Tank Abbott said that.
Isn't he like 300 pounds?
No, he's tiny right now.
Yeah,
I was on a flight with him. He was sick.
His liver got removed.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, Tank.
Was that you comparing me to Tank Abbott?
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think of guys that like. I'm just thinking, guys. I think
I'm not gonna take the old jokes from you guys.
You don't think maybe you versus Dan Severn?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, wait, Dan was your old wrestling coach, right?
Yeah, Dan Severn. Yep.
So what about there? You go, coach versus student.
Oh, not the bad motherfucker belt, but like an old motherfucker belt.
The old motherfucker belt.
Yeah.
The OMF.
Yes.
The old motherfucker belt. Right, what do you think? GFC, Geriatric Fighting Championship.
Yes.
You don't think maybe like
he's you guys, only 40, man.
Yeah, but he's had like 87 fights. This guy was like he's wrestling. He was like state champ wrestler, amazing college wrestler. He beat Greg Jones in college.
Oh my gosh.
Four time. Then you Ultimate Fighter 1 winner or 3 winner, right? I mean, look at the guys you beat. You beat Bisbing. You beat all these guys.
You're kind of a big deal.
You make it seem like I'm so ancient. I'm a young man. You know what?
No, you're old as fuck, man.
I need to remind some people. I need to remind somebody that
Yeah, but then you'll remind them, but then you'll forget it. Listen,
I don't know why he's talking so much shit considering he's 41.
Because I'm 40.
You're the oldest person in this conversation, sir.
Of course, dude. I used to babysit Rashad back in the day. What about Crazy Horse? Rashad versus Crazy Horse?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where's he been?
Oh my god.
But he's not a.
Yeah, he's kind of like.
He's like a 70, right?
He's 70.
He's in jail somewhere. He's not a 70 pounder. He's a 45 pounder.
His name is now He like goes by felony.
Yeah,
I think he is in jail. I think there was a GoFundMe to get him out of jail.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in jail.
A GoFundMe to get him out of jail?
I'm pretty sure there was. Who else would Rashad? You should fight.
Hoist Gracie.
What about Chael Sonnen?
No,
the rematch.
I don't want to see Hoist get that smoke.
Chael is retired. Chael is done. Chael is retired. He's done.
Well, why not take on Chael? What about Chael and his thing he does? What's that, grappling?
Oh, the grappling thing?
The Submission Underground?
Everybody wants to choke the fuck out of him.
You about you versus Chael and Submission Underground?
Ooh.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, shit. Yeah, I'll do that.
Are you have an eagle? Is there an eagle in the background?
No, yeah, he has an eagle. You versus Chael, Submission Underground. What about Bagel Boss? Didn't fight, actually. He wouldn't get out of his car.
Oh, really?
The Bagel Boss was supposed to fight Screech, and it never happened last weekend.
Oh, he was supposed to fight Screech.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the Bagel Boss.
When did it? I thought he was supposed to fight.
He didn't want to get fight Screech.
Actual Screech?
Yeah, Screech. They couldn't. They were supposed to fight Lenny Dykstra, and then Lenny Dykstra pulled out. Then it was Bagel Boss versus Screech, and then he got high in his car and made a video saying, "Ha, best way not to get hit is not to show up." And then now he's being sued. The fucking Bagel Boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's supposed to
breach a contract.
He was supposed to be celebrity boxing last weekend.
Oh, celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
Celebrity.
Oh, I thought that. Okay.
Yeah, they really went far. The Screech for
Screech and Bagel Boss.
And then Screech fought some like videographer and like punched him, and the guy fell down. That was it. Like it was like.
Does Screech know how to fight?
No, but he would have beat the Bagel Boss.
Okay, I mean,
he's the guy that flipped out on that viral video. He's
the little one,
the little guy. Yeah, that guy.
Oh, so
I don't
fight him. When Uncle Creepy's calling someone the little one, fucking, the guy's little.
Exactly.
Oh, my daughter fight him. She'd probably fuck him up.
Yeah, she would.
Probably.
So, all right, Rashad Evans is looking to see what's out there. Now, what about what about going into like the PFL and winning $1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would consider that, but I'll definitely consider that. But like I said, I mean, I'm just trying to see what's best out there and what suits.
So what'd you spend your money on? What happened here? Like you buy a couple cars, a boat. Let's be honest. I know the ex-wives are kind of a pain in the ass. Right? Right? How many ex-wives are there? There's 2 ex-wives, right?
No, just one ex-wife.
All right, one ex-wife. Tell her to calm down. Honestly, tell her, listen, you've given her enough. All right.
I'll have you call her and tell her that.
Yeah, but she was Brazilian or something, right?
You should just call her on the show.
She was like, wasn't she like, she was Portuguese or something, right?
No, she's black.
She was black. Ooh, yeah, she's gonna keep.
Do you know anything about him, or are you just making?
Hey, yeah,
shit
no,
up?
his current wife is Latina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a great butt, beautiful.
He's known me for years. He knows nothing about me. This is the kind of friendship that I get.
No, first of all, I know him for years. Last time we hung out, it was me, him, and some guy like that was the Black Israelites or like a Nation of Islam who wanted to kill me. His friend got really mad at me.
Islam.
That guy just yelled at me the whole podcast about all my. And then he said, and then he said that I had no black friends growing up. Rashad said. So I named 2 black friends that like used to sleep over. It was Jamoki and
Jamoki.
Can't be making up names,
and
dude.
Kwaku. That's what he said. He goes, these are the blackest people I've ever heard in my entire life.
Smokey and Guaku.
Yeah, Kwaku. They went to my boarding school. They were on the basketball team. But so like. Yeah, so there was this whole thing. He goes, "You never had a black guy sleep over your house." I said, "Well, we had the housekeeper." And then it got worse. It got worse. But
how does he come with the 2 blackest names?
Right? Right, and they were on the basketball team.
Yeah.
And then somebody did like a meme of like Adam and his black friends. It was like me in Africa. Like they photoshopped me with like it was like the funny.
Listen, me and Adam still got to have a black experience. We're talking about.
Yeah, he wants me to go out with him one night and like have the black experience, like go to like Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle.
Oh, okay.
I think it's only fair. I think it's only fair.
I would love that.
It's fun.
I would probably get more
Film it.
chicks. I'd probably get more chicks than you would. More, the sisters like me better.
You probably would. But I still would like to see you in a club.
I would love that. I'd freaking make it rain.
Damn, too bad Century Club's not around.
I'd make it rain with
Drag
like
him there.
I'd make it rain with the money that you're gonna make for this next fight. So all right. So Creepy, any advice for the great Rashad Evans?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
His life's too good, right?
Yeah. Don't do it. What's the point? If you need money, then I guess go for it. What else are you gonna do?
He doesn't need money. He's made
then
fucking millions of
don't do
dollars.
it. Why don't do it? No, not worth it.
Did you invest in Anthony Johnson's weed shop? Is that where the money all went?
Anthony Johnson's weed shop.
Yeah. It's like the marijuana hits you really hard, then you get tired after 5 minutes. Well, Rashad, listen, I got your back. Whatever you want to do, as long as you're happy. I obviously think that you could probably still beat up 99.999% of the population.
Yes.
And look, you, and stranger things have happened. Maybe you need some time off. And that's what, what's probably happening is that you're fucking up all the blacks or like all the guys at Henry Hoop's camp. He's probably beating all these guys up. They're going out and getting money. Yeah. And he's like, the fuck am I doing? Yeah. I should be getting this money. Is that what's happening?
Probably. He's old man.
But listen, here's the thing about it. Like I'm gonna make a smart decision, and right now I'm just looking to see what the options are, seeing what's out there.
All right.
Listen, I'm a young 40. I'm not an old 40. I'm not like a 40 that's been, like I haven't been in those wars, a lot of those wars. I'm a young 40. I've been.
That is true.
Yeah, you've never been knocked out, have you? Oh, Machida.
Yes.
Machida's the only one.
Nah, I got knocked out. Glover 3 times. Glover Teixeira, Machida, and Anthony Smith 3 times.
Right, Anthony Smith. Those elbows, right?
No, knee. I got caught with a knee.
Oh, they're called the knee. Yeah. All right.
3.
Yeah, but those are knockouts. Those aren't the 3-round, 15 minutes of going back and forth and getting punched in the fucking head and like stumbling back to your corner.
But listen, you're also a great actor. You could open up your own gym. You have so much other things you can do. But,
yeah, I know.
But you're right. I mean,
he'll be able to do all that after he's done.
Yeah,
he can still do it. I believe in you, Rashad.
Of course, I believe.
I'm the only one on your team.
No,
just me. I'm the only one supporting you.
I appreciate that.
What about a rap album? You thought about a rap album?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
A rock album?
No, rap album. Like make a diss track to a diss track to what's his name? To All Star Overeem.
Alistair Overeem. Oh my gosh, Alistair Overeem.
They hated him at the Black Zillions because he would have his own training camp, and they would bring him in, and he wouldn't train with anybody, and then he was like too good for them. And they were,
what's the point?
Alistair made a team inside of the team. Like he brought his own team. You know, he brought his own team.
Yeah, I can see why that would get annoying. I can see why that would get annoying.
Well, yeah, it's like, what's the point of being on the team if you're not going to train with any of us?
Yeah.
Well, it's just the fact that it's not the fact that he made his own training. The fact that he made it he made it so that like he made it known that he didn't trust people around him that was on the team. You know, and I think that's what started the dissension.
Right. How's Tall Steve doing?
Tall Steve is doing his thing, man. Tall Steve is a man.
Tall Steve just won a jiu-jitsu tournament or something, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a 7'3" white guy named Tall Steve who's undefeated in Bellator. But all his fights, he's getting the shit beaten out of him and then just wins somehow in the first round.
Unconsciously slaps on a submission.
Yeah, like he's
one of those guys.
Yeah, he's always getting his ass kicked and then somehow throws up some fucking thing and you're like, wow, Tall Steve wins again. Like, yeah.
Hey, whatever.
But that was funny because I actually took a picture with him. I go, me and Tall Steve, and then Stefan Struve goes, who the fuck is that guy? So that was like he was stealing Struve's
tallest
thunder.
motherfucker belt.
How tall is the guy?
How tall is this? He's 6.
Tall dudes don't like that when they walk in. There's another dude taller than them.
Really.
They get intimidated. They hate that shit.
It's like black and light skinned guys. There's a big rivalry.
That is not even comparable. There is a thing, but that's not comparable to that.
It's not the same. It's not the fucking same, man.
See, listen. This is how I know the black friend thing, because he gets a glimpse of a kind of the black experience, but then he messes it up by saying something like that.
You've never had a problem with light skinned guys?
No, I never had a problem with light. I mean, there's a
Totally
banter
has.
that goes back and forth between black, the dark skin and the lighter skin, but that's just. That's just
I think it's like it's kind of like military branches talking shit.
Which one's better?
I don't know. It depends. It was like Blacker Black was actually like in first place, and then Albie Shore came and like changed the whole game, right?
Yeah, like from a black perspective, which one's better?
I mean, the whole mentality of darker, light skin versus dark skin. That's a residual, I guess, residue left over from the slave days, because the slave masters would divide the blacks, the lighter ones and the black ones, and they'll give favoritism to the lighter ones. So then you wanted to be the lighter ones. So then there started to be a natural, I guess, division between the lighter skinned blacks and the darker.
But didn't Albie Shore change everything?
He didn't change. What the heck? Oh my gosh! No, that's not you. No,
because I was at the Albie Shore concert and they made it seem like he was like the guy that he was like the
fucking savior.
He was like the Jackie Robinson of the light skins. Like he was like no.
The Jackie Robinson of the light skins, man. Let me think where that might be. I mean, it got maybe Prince, maybe the Jackie Robinson of light skin. I mean, he was a bad light skin. That he made you want to be light skin. Had a nice baby hair, everything going down.
See, there is something to all this. I'm not sure what, but
I can't figure it out. But I have no idea. It's there.
We don't belong in this conversation.
No, not at all. Right.
Look, see, I like how you're digging into your black experience a little bit. We're gonna work on that.
Okay, no problem, man. I'm in.
We're gonna get you a black side chick or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure my wife would love the black side chick. Well, I heard it's not cheating if it's a different race. That's the word on the street. That's the word on the street.
It's true. It's true. I mean,
have you ever hooked up with a black girl, Creepy?
Oh yeah.
Is that your thing?
No, it's been a while. I actually need to. I think.
You need to again?
It's been enough time.
What? It's like it's gonna expire your card? Is it expire?
I need to test the waters. See, maybe that's something I want. I don't know.
I think a black woman to change Uncle Creepy's life, man. I think that's what you need.
Yeah. I just haven't found the one yet.
Whip him into shape.
That's not what you want to say. Okay, so anyway, so here we are. We got Rashad Evans the man, the myth, the legend, UFC Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He's maybe looking for a fight. Not looking for a fight. He's maybe looking for a fight.
Could be.
No, listen. I'm looking for a fight if the opportunity presents itself. That's it.
I'm looking for the right fight.
But what's your number? Because you won't fight for less than 100,000.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not gonna fight less than $100,000. Not we're coming back $100,000.
Raise that bar, bro.
So 200,000.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna fight. I'll fight for a good amount.
500. If you want Rashad Evans to fight for your company, 500 grand.
Oh my God.
500 grand,
Yes.
or he doesn't make the walk.
Sold.
500 grand. He doesn't make the walk.
You're making a what is it? A bit. You're bidding me off, huh?
No, I'm not. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's not what I meant. No, come on. This is gonna get fucking. Now I'm gonna get all kinds of.
Putting him right up on the block, huh?
I'm gonna get.
He just sold you to the Japanese.
No,
This is horrible.
No,
How dare you?
All kind of offers coming in, but the inappropriate kind of offers. You know, the kind that you entertain. You know.
All right, good. Yeah. Because I don't want to see you.
Like the kind of offers like where you're getting flown to Canada for sex for money.
Yes.
Yeah, those kind of offers.
Good, but make sure they pay you up front.
Who gets those?
It better not be one of these like Battlefield FC things.
You gotta
go out there,
entertain
you
them.
do it, they don't pay you. So get that money up front for
Yes,
real.
true.
No, right?
Fuck that. That would be. Oh,
Whatever
man.
you do, don't go to Russia and fight.
Don't go to Russia too.
Now, Rashad, for you, is it more the money side, more the opponent's side, or just a mix to get the right fight, quote unquote?
Oh, yeah, it'll be a mix of that. You know, who the opponent is, you know, what the money is, and where the organization will be.
Well, all right. Well, listen. Let me know when you're back in LA. I'm gonna be in Florida in December. I'm doing the Improv. If you want, I could try to see if your son wants to open up the show. I'm not sure if he's old enough, but if he is, I'll ask the Miami Improv. If so, Rashad Evans' son will be my opening act.
Rad.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
So
Listen, he got some little fire with him. I'm surprised that he's got the courage to get up there and talk the way he does. You know.
well, look at the courage you have, man. Give me a break.
Pretty damn good example.
Of course, you're 94 years old and still looking for a fight. So
It's weird to see that in your kids. You know, it's weird to see that in your kids. That's
you sure it's your kid, right? So nothing. Okay, I'm just saying. So. Well, listen, Rashad, thank you. You're the best. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
All right, my man. Take care.
See ya.
Take care. All right, that was Rashad Evans. Sugar Rashad Evans. I love that guy. I love that guy. Great guy.
By the way, how did Sugar Sean get tagged in our? You like put up a post from the last podcast,
Sugar Sean O'Malley,
and he's tagged in it, and I was like, oh, I guess I missed that one.
He's so high.
I missed that
he
phone
probably
call.
won't even know. He'll probably think it's him.
Oh shit, I was on that
What?
podcast.
So what do you got coming up, Creepy?
Dime bar tonight.
Dime bar night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And then
At what time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. And what else?
I'm honestly, I got nothing right now.
People want to find you, or
People want to find me. It's Uncle Creepy MMA. On Instagram, I would change it because that's not my stage name anymore. But you know, that's all people know me by. So fuck it.
Yeah, why not? Why not keep it?
I don't like change. You know, I'm just hitting open mics. If anyone has an open mic out there or wants me to come do their show, I'm not that good yet. But yeah, I'll do it. You know, I need to get as much work in as possible. I'm trying to be a real comic. I'm trying to really do the work. I'm doing open mics like at least every Monday and Tuesday. I'm doing one. Like, those are my creative days. And now that I left my job at Lifetime Fitness, I have more time. You know, I took a year off to just relax and assimilate in a normal culture and have a 40-hour-week job, and now it's time to chase my dreams again because that's what I do. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm never growing up.
But you're very grown up in a lot of ways, man.
But I just, you know, I want to do more. I want to do fucking much. I did the Improv in Brea. I've done the Improv in Hollywood now. I'm really addicted to this.
That's awesome, dude.
And the last time I became addicted to something, I got really good at it. So fuck, I might as well try.
There you go.
I might as well try and
Really good at doing blow.
yeah.
What do you got coming up?
I am currently filming. I'm going to be on location for most of October through the early parts of November. So doing that, I was hoping to compete again this year, but it looks like I'm going to be out of the gym too much. So if I do, it'll be off of just being cold and showing up to a tournament. But if you want to give me a shout on IG, SmitheroBJJ, SMITHEROBJJ.
This week I'm at the Carolina Comedy Club in Myrtle Beach.
Nice.
The next week I'm in Tiff's Comedy Club in Morris Plain, New Jersey. That's Friday and Saturday. And then the 21st to the 27th, I'm headlining the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas. November 1st, I am at the Dirty at 12:30 at the South Point. I'm going to Greenland and the Bahamas to do comedy.
Go visit the
military,
Trump Tower
for the military. I know you have bases in Greenland.
I did not know that either.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome.
I want to thank SpeedWeed for sponsoring the show. You guys.
Yes, thank you.
Gino from SpeedWeed has been
super high.
An angel, and thank you. And thank you, Rashad Evans. Thank you, Creepy. Love you guys. This is going to be our new spot.
Hey,
SpeedWeed
our new home.
I love you.
I love you, Creepy, man.
Love you.
Take care, guys, and have a great week.
Did you reach out?
Deuces.
Is that what that was? I thought you were. I was like, oh.
Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаа. Даадаш дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа.